Hey!
Hey.
I want to welcome everybody to, I guess this is going to be our first Friday freestyle. Actually, I guess we kind of started it like earlier this year, but it kind of phased out. And now that we have a new member of our
busy lives, man. Busy lives.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I also want to say that we have a new member to the Comics Cast team. For those of you who don't know Vic Medina, you will.
Hey, everyone.
This is the guy. This is the man. He's part of the Comics Cast team. So it's my pleasure to I guess officially welcome you because I hear that you're doing some stuff with Rick, and we're gonna like talk about that show in December when we can. Yeah, we're gonna keep that under wraps for now.
But the thing to know is, number one, there are already shows that are already shot, produced.
Yeah,
so
we already got about
is,
4 shots.
Yeah, so 4 is already shot. You're looking at numbers above 20. So everything's in the works. We're not talking about potentially shooting something later. So shows are done. They're going to be post-produced. They're going to be done later, and we'll talk more about it. But this is the freestyle, so. The in the chat, wherever you see it on your platform, the link is in there. You guys just come on. This is not just an artist show. This is the community's show. Everyone just get on, hang out, do whatever you want to do. Chat about your book. Chat about what's bothering you. We'll try. I would say the one thing that let's try to not get into is any recent trial stuff. I'd rather not get into that. I don't want to be a part of that.
There was a trial? What trial are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Let's not go there. So if you're gonna get on the show, let's not bring that up. Everybody has their own experiences, and however they deal with the reality of the situation is good for me, for them to handle how they need to handle it. But anyway, jump on if you guys want to jump on. We're gonna draw. I haven't even decided what I'm gonna draw yet. I've busted out my canvas. This will be my second piece that I've done on canvas. So I don't know what I did with my pencils. I'll figure that out. But anyway, hey, Frankie Blum from Instagram, brother, come on in. We've known each other for a long time. He has elevated his art game to another level. Go ahead and follow that link and jump on in.
All right.
Oh, does this poor guy know what he's getting into working with these two goofballs? You know what? That hurts. At least this goofball uses his actual name on Facebook. That's all I'm saying.
Right? Woo! That's a little bit of a
all right. So this is the freestyle. So I might get a little bit rowdy with people. There is whatever you want to do. I'll probably make sure Instagram or YouTube. This isn't for kids. So have fun. Jump on. Everything as long as it's legal you can do on this show. Doesn't matter. That's fine with me.
Let's talk a little bit about that because it is Friday Freestyle, and this is a little different from Let It Out and The Process and the upcoming show that Vic is going to be doing with Rick, which I can't really talk about right now, but it's going to happen. The whole premise of Friday Freestyle is like anything goes. It's nerds, geeks unite. In fact, I think that's kind of like the ground rules. Let's say that let's leave religion and politics at the door. Let's just keep it strictly nerd
school,
pop culture.
Old school rules.
Yeah,
keep religion and politics out of it.
Yeah, let's keep it like nerds, comics, movies, geek stuff. Let's talk about that stuff.
If people are having problems, you know how it's going to be, Brett. Hey, jump on here, man. You jump on here, say whatever you need to say. Feel free.
Yeah. Should we say who Alfred is? Alfred Brett? It's like you can come on here. You can draw along with us. You're a talented artist. Come along with us.
Brett's like, I'm going to use my real name. We'll get on YouTube. Hey, joke's on you. You're helping our YouTube algorithm, baby. I need those comments. We need those comments. You know what's been really frustrating me about YouTube lately? We've been producing more content. We're getting up a little bit higher on the numbers as far as like just getting more content out there, getting better content. And I got to say, like, I'm a huge fan of what Vic is doing. We're going to have a whole lot more content from him. I mean, total pro, right?
Yes.
And while I'm saying that, it's probably his echo that's coming out of his computer while I'm saying that.
No, he's joking around. He's joking.
It's somebody. It might be right. I don't know. You don't hear an echo?
No, I hear no echo.
Yeah, I hear an echo too. I have a headphone.
Maybe it's me. If
Definitely
I'm
an
the
echo.
one who doesn't hear an echo, so.
Anyway,
But
it's
yeah, what were
probably
you saying?
then.
What were you saying? Yeah, probably.
Well, I was
me.
just saying, great, professional, awesome. Looking forward to his work. What was I? I got off on a side note when I heard that echo. So I was like, oh crap, I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot. Oh yeah, I was talking about YouTube. So YouTube, we've kind of been fluctuating a little bit, looking good, and then we dropped a couple of subscribers, and I was like, dropping subscribers? We don't have enough subscribers
How
to
did that
drop
happen?
subscribers. What happened? So we're just gonna keep producing more stuff. Hey, all right, we got Frankie. What's up, Frankie?
Ah! Hey,
That was
Frankie.
all
Nice
right.
to meet you.
Frankie, tell everybody your Instagram name real quick.
It is Bloom2531, and do not wear it out.
Yeah, exactly. And you're
Hey,
gonna
can you
go.
bump up the volume, Frankie.
Yeah, bump up
We
your
can't hear you.
volume.
Oh crap. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so we can
Let
hear
Let
you.
me make sure everybody's name comes on their screen. I don't know what is going on with the settings on this thing.
Yeah, what
You
happened to
ha-
our names? Did you turn them off?
It's something that they changed recently. Ooh, there's hotkeys on here. What does that mean?
Joe's just figuring out like as he goes.
Yeah, sometimes, brother. Sometimes you just got to figure it out.
I mean, hey, to be fair, it took me 3 years to figure out my phone, so
Hey, well, Frankie, to be fair, it's like they keep on adding things to people's phones, so you don't really know what new features are there because
you
They
are
keep on
definitely
adding.
not wrong. You are not
Yeah.
wrong on that one.
There we go. Show displayed names. There we go.
There's
We're
our
back.
names. Yeah,
It
we're
doesn't
There's my
automatically
name.
save.
Okay,
It's
no,
so
that's the wrong
weird.
side
It
of the camera.
bothers me. I don't
There's
get
my
it.
name.
Anyway, like I
Yeah.
said, you guys jump on. This is gonna be just a fun thing. Hey, Frankie, you gonna pull out your digital tablet or anything, or you got any?
Is Peter Parker Spider-Man? Of course I am.
Oh, nice. Well, technically, that's a tough question. Is Peter
That
Parker
actually is a tough
Spider-Man?
question, and probably
It could be Miles Morales. It could be Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Or
Oh dear.
I would say what I love about that one is I don't like it when people say different people can be Thor or different people can be Superman. But when it comes to Spider-Man, like I think anyone can be Spider-Man because you put a mask on. Like anyone can really be Batman. So the one thing about Batman, and I'll just
You're
nerd out
not
for a
wrong
second.
because that
Yeah.
literally was what the entire movie was. Oh shoot.
The one thing I'd say about that different and normally I'd say you wear a costume, anyone can be Spider-Man, right? So
Oh yeah, definitely.
what I would say about Batman though is that not everyone can be Batman. Everyone can wear the moniker of Batman, but there's only one Batman because there's no Bruce Wayne. Like Bruce Wayne is Batman. Bruce Wayne is the mask. So
Exactly.
he's the only legitimate Batman in my mind, just because of that psychological sort of element to it. He's just is Batman, like in or out of the costume. So it's a little bit of a gray area, but I understand the argument either way, for sure. All right.
All right. That
good.
being
We're gonna
said,
see your work.
let's. I see that Frankie's got his iPad up.
Oh
there,
yeah,
so-
Frankie's
Awesome.
got his iPad up. Vic's got his. Boom.
Yeah, look at Vic got a
Vic
headset.
is
Hey,
killing
let's
it.
go.
Vic is killing it. All right, I'm gonna go find some pencils.
All right, so
So,
since we got Vic's art up here right now, Vic, you want to talk a little bit about what you're drawing tonight?
Yeah, I was reworking a page. LA Comic Con's coming up, so I'm working on some portfolio stuff to take with me. So I'm reworking a page of Haunt. So I'm just in the inking stages right now. You can see my rough pencils, but I thought, you know what? I think everybody's gonna be drawing pencils, so I'll ink while everybody else is drawing with their
Well,
pencils.
that's why it's called freestyle. You can ink, you can color, you can pencil. It doesn't matter what it is.
I'll probably be switching back and forth. I do that a lot.
Okay. That looks great. I can already tell this is gonna.
I
Gonna be
absolutely adore how the tendrils are coming out of his back.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That is dope. Hey, wow.
Oh, thanks,
Very,
man.
very slick. Yeah,
That's just
slick,
pretty.
slick. All right, so we got to peek at what Vic is doing. Let's solo out my new friend here, Frankie. So
So this
what we
is
got here?
So this right here is my my original character design. I came up with it a while back. Where is it?
You're a Procreate guy. Procreate. Yeah.
The Crimson Crow, I'm calling him.
Crimson
Very
Crow.
cool.
Okay.
This has
That looks
been a
cool.
design aspect I've been coming up for almost a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to like make up more poses for it, more of the design aspects. I have not come up with a story design for it yet, so I am trying to work as I go, I'll be honest.
It still looks great. Looks great.
Why, thank you, good sir. Thank you, good sir.
All right, so let me exit the solo layout here. Since Vic is doing digital, by default, StreamYard favors people that share digital content, and they just, by default, you're either solo or you're big. So we're just gonna leave your screen kind of big right now, and so there's gonna be a lot of pressure on you to like show some of your
the pressure rides on him, and if
Yeah.
the video doesn't do great, we can always fire him. Or
Have you decided what you're going to drop, Jerome?
No, I'm like Joe. I have no idea. I'm actually trying to. I guess I'm going to look through some of my favorite Instagram artists and see what's hot right now. Vic and I have been like talking, like on chats throughout the past week since I've gotten to know him better, and we're both Pepe Larraz and Stuart Emonin and George Molina and Javier. I mean, we're just friends. I mean, we're just fans of all those artists, and so I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to do something from one of their current runs in comics.
Did you pull up? Did you see Ed Williams' comment congratulating you on that recent cover?
Oh no, I didn't see that. Yeah, thanks, Ed. I really appreciate that. That was a treat. For those of you who aren't friends with me, and if you want to be friends with me, just send me a friend request. I posted up on my page that I had a great opportunity to work with Mr. David Whalen of Correct Handed Comics, or is it Correct Hand? I keep on mispronouncing, like getting that correct, but I think it's Correct Handed Comics. He has his longest running IP for his studio and his publishing company is The Offspring, and I think it was a couple months ago he came up to me and asked me if I would like to do a cover for one of his collected trade paperbacks, and that was the Offspring Volume 4 trade, and it collects issues, I think, 14, 15, and 16. And I was honored. He asked me to do a interpretation of his characters, and it went live this week. So you can go check that out on Amazon. You can get a digital copy immediately, and I think you can pre-order a print copy. So I'm anxious to see the print copy. It should be really, really cool to see an actual printed piece. My very first, I guess, pro printed piece.
This is going to be your first?
Yes, I'm like over the moon. Yeah, I've never been published. I'm basically a hobbyist illustrator, but I guess technically now I can say that I have one pro credit.
I feel like when I get published, I feel like that would be just kind of like my highlight, like kind of like a life goal kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that Frankie, it's like you gotta. I think in this day and age, it's no time like the present to kind of like get on that indie creator, train. And
you're definitely not wrong.
I was talking to Vic about this when we had Vic on Let It Out. It's like Vic and I were talking about what he's been doing, and I always thought that Vic is. Ever since I saw his artwork and we've been talking, I think he's just like on the cusp of just breaking out. But Vic isn't going to just wait for that train to come from one of those the big companies. He's going to make his own IP, his own characters, and he's going to self-publish. And I think that's
hopefully next year.
Yeah, Vic has had some really big goals that I think he's going to like just completely knock out of the park, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And I have no doubt that once Vic, you get your own book out there, you're probably going to get a lot of like knocks at your door, from maybe those big companies asking for you to do stuff for them. But
too late. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, do your own thing. Do your own thing.
I would just love it if like all of a sudden Marvel Comics just came in, knocking on his door, going, "Hi, I'm Jake from Marvel, and was wondering if you would like to partake in something that we're awesome at." And he would just be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I think that.
First of all, I'd be like, how'd you get my address?
that would be my
Walker.
first question.
Right. I think it's one of those things where, yeah, I don't think any of us would be not happy to hear from, like, the big guns to actually work for them. But I think that as we are, as indie creators, no time like the present to kind of just spread your own wings, do your own thing. And who knows, your personal project could be that next big thing. You don't have to rely on them.
Yeah, and it's always great. It's always great to work on other things too. Like if somebody asks you to draw their book, ink their book, color their book, that's a great portfolio that you already have in your hand that you can show an editor at a show. You already have it. It already looks professional. It's already printed. It's already together. Mm-hmm. That's great because they're not just seeing like some pages you brought in. They're actually seeing finished work of yours. So like if somebody comes along and a book resonates with you, take it. Jump on that. You could use those pages as a portfolio for shows or just getting in front of editors.
Indubitably. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments right now, and I'm trying to get. I see Sebastian is in there, and
yeah, Sebastian, just jump in, man. Hang out.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and get Ed. Ed is a great artist too, and I've been trying to get him to come on, let it out as well. He's been making waves, doing a lot of sketch covers, making appearances at his local comic shop. Ed, get your draw cam ready to go, whether you're going to do digital or traditional, and draw with us. So what are you going to draw there, Joe? Have you figured out anything?
I'm going to do a Batman piece.
Batman.
Which Batman?
Yeah, I know. There's so many Batman. Oh, shoot. Did we lose Frankie? He's no longer on there.
I think you did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, Frankie. Frankie was like, I go to sleep now.
Maybe since you're doing Batman, maybe I should do Spider-Man. So I think he's back.
We'll get the big three covered. Marvel, DC, Image. We'll just cover all the bases right now.
Oh, I am so sorry for that.
No, you're
That's
good.
Okay, Frankie. Got you back.
Literally, it just kind of clicked out for a minute, and then all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, I just couldn't hear, and it was like, oh dear God. It was like, what did I do?
The important thing is you came back.
Yes.
That is the most
so far,
important.
Yeah. So far, you guys are showing me and Joe up because we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna draw. So, you guys.
To be honest,
you guys be freestyle.
During the past years I've known Joe, he has always known a way to show me up. So this is.
Yeah,
it's not about showing somebody up. It's just.
No,
drawing, right?
no, I know that, but I just found it kind of funny is all.
Oh, man.
Well, you have improved quite a bit. I mean, your art skills have gone up. Like I said when I initially brought you in, I mean, your art skills are a whole nother level now, man. So, congratulations on continually working at it. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Let's see here.
Man, I almost feel like I should ask you guys to tell me what to draw. That way I don't even have to worry about trying to pick something. So
we need to put like a bunch of characters in a hat. So when
where's Rick?
We don't know what to draw.
Where's Rick when you need him?
Yeah, we need Rick and his Gerald's Wheel of Misfortune. That way you could let me know what I'm supposed to draw. Yeah, I was joking around with Vic. I said, man, it's gonna be so nice to not have a timer, like an let it out timer. and now that I have unlimited time, I can't figure out what I want to draw. I was I like to study like my favorite comics, and I recently revisited Jim Lee's run on the Uncanny X-Men during the Extinction Agenda. I don't know if you guys remember that, but
yes.
that was my favorite era of Jim Lee artwork. I mean, I
He
like
had
what he does with
something
DC, but to me, I think he was like completely like in his stride. Everything that he did when he was on Uncanny, and I'm not even talking about this is Uncanny before he actually did just regular X-Men. His Uncanny run was just phenomenal.
He had some amazing covers. He has one where it's like Wolverine standing over Charles Xavier. I don't know what number it is, but like it's just them two, all white background, like just focusing on the characters, and it's amazing.
That was when the Skrulls were they were like pretending to be the X-Men, and it showed Wolverine. He had just killed Professor X. And everyone's like going, "What? What was that?" It was one of those covers that you just had to like, I remember getting that issue, and I didn't even have. I grew up in such a rural area. We just had my local drugstore, the pharmacy, and I would just go to the drugstore and I would spin the rack, look for the Uncanny X-Men, and I found it. I was like, can't wait to get home, to read that issue. But yeah, that was a great.
There's a panel in that run that he does of Gambit. He basically unleashes he energizes all his cards, and then unleashes them on he just unleashes the whole deck on. Oh man, I don't remember the character. It's been so long since I've seen it, but
it's Gladiator. It was Gladiator.
It's Gladiator.
Yes,
he unleashes all the cards on him, and it's just such an amazing panel. Like that's one of those ones that just sticks in my head.
He says something to the effect like, you've seen what I could do with one card. Let's see how you handle the whole deck. Great. Yeah, that's a great memory. Hey, we got some new people in here. I see Marius is there. Let me add Marius to the stream. Marius, how you doing?
Hey guys,
what's up, man?
What's up? Can you guys see me?
You're dark, but we got you. We got you.
All right.
He keeps on dropping. Let me get Frankie back in here.
I got him.
Okay. I think I might draw something from the Extinction Agenda, just because I really like that storyline, and I read it.
Molly, you can jump in. Jim, I was actually trying to reach out to you. Jim said, "Hello, everyone." Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I was going to reach out to you, and hopefully you could jump on. I love that we're getting some comments. Maybe I'm a little bit. Am I getting? Are we getting comments from Twitch now? Is that happening? I was unsure how Twitch works. I'm an old guy. I don't know.
You don't have to worry, Joe. I don't know how it works too.
I think I see everything from Facebook and YouTube, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, so Marius, if you want to add your art screen to the mix, we can,
sure.
Drop that in. And unless you're here just to chat, you can do that too. And then I can definitely
a bit of both.
Let's do that. In fact, if we get so many people, I'm going to drop my face cam and just share my art cam, because I think my art cam has a mic built into it. But yeah, we want to get as many people on here. StreamYard has a limit of 10 live people that can be on at any time. But we can put people in the background and be in the little green room. Let me add Marius's. Oh, there we go. We got Marius's screen up there right now.
Sweet.
And we keep on dropping Frankie. Let me get Frankie back.
Frankie's gone again? Oh man.
Yeah, I just got him back.
Is there a video button?
Who's asking that?
Molly is.
Molly, you just need to if you look at the top of the comment section, there's a URL that'll allow you to get into StreamYard.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're good.
Thanks, Marius. We need that. Thanks for watching on YouTube.
Dear God, I feel like everyone on YouTube's gonna just watch this and be like, "Yo, this guy's really, really."
Oh, I see that Joe is actually drawing. Joe, what did you figure out you're gonna draw? Did you
I'm gonna draw a screaming Batman.
Screaming
Oh,
Batman.
wait. We didn't do it yet. Marius, what brush are you using?
What brush am I using? I got this from Jen Clyson's, if you know him.
Yeah.
I was gonna make that comment like
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's that brush so I can draw just like Marius. So
These are general brushes, I'd say. It's for flattening things out. To kind of get, it's kind of like a charcoal brush and also an oil painting brush all at once. But then if you want to get into more details, then you use a different brush. But this is mostly for just blocking things out, I'd say.
All right, so I added my art cam in here. Let me see if I can. I don't know. It's going to allow me to. I'll put my art cam in there once I get something to show. So we'll just leave it on. So Joe, every now and then, if you want to just cycle some of the cameras around, because right now I have it on Marius, but we can go to show.
Well, I mean,
Frankie.
Yeah.
Show.
I mean, Marius is killing it.
Yeah.
What are you working on, Marius?
This is the Battlegrounds project that I've been working on. If you follow the posts that I've been putting up, this is the personal project For Honor related. So this is actually a part of the huge canvas that I'm setting up right now.
Oh, that's sick, man.
Intense.
So this is actually this big.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be
I
epic
was
when it's
thinking to
done.
myself.
And
I remember you mentioned that you completed all the characters that you had wanted to do.
I did.
And I thought that you were gonna take those characters and make them into one big composite. That sounds like you're actually doing fresh, completely new characters, right? For this big mural that you're doing.
These are actually the dead bodies that those heroes have trampled on, pretty much.
Oh, I got it.
And so, this is one of the illustrations that I already was able to finish. And then here's the other one. So look at how they're combining together.
Let's see if we can pull this up.
I see. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it is going to be the ones that you've done, but you're adding actual secondary and tertiary characters.
Yeah.
The dead
secondary.
bodies.
Yeah. Yep. That is correct.
Oh, that's so cool.
That looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess
how long did it take you to do just those two?
These two characters. If we're just gonna take the number of hours, then for the line work, that probably took around 16 to 24 hours for the line work, because these are highly detailed. And then for the colors, probably around 3 days over a color period of every day. It had 12 hours of work, so 36 hours.
Oh wow, it shows. That's amazing.
I did 18 of these.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I hope I get to finish the project, really, because it's been a long time coming.
So was this was it a personal challenge, or was this a challenge that was issued on the For Honor boards to do something like this?
This was a personal thing. Actually, it wasn't a challenge for me. It was more like I intended, really, and I still am intending to develop this as a kind of thank you to the For Honor community, because they pretty much kind of allowed me to transition from my original job to actually doing something that I enjoy doing, which is drawing. So if not for the recognition of what I was able to do, I might not have been able to get the gigs that I was able to over the passing of time. So yeah, this is my kind of thank you to them.
Okay.
All right, sounds good, man. Enjoy the holidays, of course. That's why we do the freestyle stuff, just so it's whatever. It's can you get it in? Can you not? It's fine either way. It's all good.
Damn, those inks are looking really good.
I can see Joe. I can see Joe looking through his reference.
Mm-hmm. I always gotta have my reference, baby. And sometimes it just helps me with like I'll look at some Jim Lee work, look at a reference image, and then
That's just enough.
find a way I want to find that line, you know?
Yeah.
That was actually a major problem with me personally, because like whenever I wanted to use reference, I was like, dear God, I'm scared to use reference.
Right.
Because you don't know who has the reference and who doesn't.
Well, the reference, when I use a reference, I'm not using it like I'm not drawing what I'm looking at. What I'm doing is I'm like, hey, Jim Lee would have done like a line that looks like this for that muscle, and then I make kind of a determination who I'm using sort of as if I'm doing superhero characters, I do a lot of Jim Lee, but if I'm doing like a painting with that's more fantasy, I'll probably go towards like a Frank Frazetta or look at the guy who used to do all the Conan books. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Obviously, that would be Frank Frazetta, but I mean like the comics. Yeah. Bashima? Is it Bashima or Bashima?
I probably mispronounced it. So I'm notorious for that. How long would it take me, Marius, to get your name right? I was like
2 years, man.
I think it took a long time, but you know what? I will never forget it. Rionico. I say that like Candyman. So, I will never forget how to pronounce that name. But
sadly, I don't have the ability to pop up behind you.
You're working on it. But I think what Joe is talking about is that when he thinks of references, he probably uses it kind of like as a jumping off point, like for inspiration. And I think I think that might be like a topic for one of the art trick shows there, Vic. You know, you can talk about how to use references, you know, how to properly, you know, acknowledge if you are using a reference, if you're using it as a study, you know, but, you know, just how to, you know, references aren't a bad thing. It helps you to develop muscle memory and, you know, kind of like work out difficult poses.
So this is, so I'll expand in myself here real quick so you guys can see kind of how my process is. So like I've got a reference of a guy screaming on screen that you guys can't see. And then I'm starting to do the layout for the scream.
Look at that.
That looks good, Joe.
And then looking at Jim Lee on some specific angles, and it's not the same angle. It's just sort of like how he would go about doing some of the line work and how the mask fits from specific angles and how he does the ear potentially. And then I spend a lot of time just sort of looking at everybody's sort of style of how they do the character. And then I sort of pick my own thing that I think works for the image. So that's kind of how that works for me. I think there is obviously, you know, you can get to a point where, you know, it's too much, it's too close, and you're really swiping. So it's always a balance, and that's one of my limitations. Is I love what I can do, and I enjoy it. It's just sometimes it gets to the point where, you know, it's too stiff, and that's one of the things I love about Gerald's work is that his stuff is so loose, and you can come up with your own. You know, just because you've worked for so long on it, and I've always appreciated seeing your, you know, you get after it and be able to draw it out of your own head. So I still have my limitations with references. No, I wouldn't say my way is the right way. It's just the way I do it.
Yeah, everybody has their own way of doing their artwork. I think that's the awesome thing about art is like all of us on here we're gonna go about it totally different ways.
That's true.
But you know, at the end of it, we're gonna all come up with like some pretty awesome pieces to show. So, I mean, that's the awesome thing about art.
I think we're just kind of using the fundamentals, all of it, and that's why after you kind of like pick up the essentials, so to speak. That you then move on to finding your art parents for one, who you look up to,
Mhm.
and the techniques that they use. And then you kind of mission mash different techniques, and then
Exactly.
and then you take from reality,
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
reality is still the best teacher, as far as I can tell. Like uh, I actually love what Joe said about like having this screaming guy face, and then looking at Jim Lee, but the pictures on Jim Lee's art don't have screaming guy face, and then you combine those things together, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're photo bashing, but you're using your head to do it. You're not you're not using Photoshop. You're taking an image and then you're smothering it in your head, and then that's how you come up with an artwork.
Corey Barton's commented. Thank you. Thanks for showing up, Corey, and hanging out with us. You are
Oh,
welcome
shit.
to jump on at any time you want, brother.
I just realized Brett's there in the background. Let me add him onto the stream.
Who's on the background? Oh, hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett. Hey, Brett, can you hear us?
You mean Joe actually needed a reference?
Yeah, he needs a reference. How you doing, Brett?
Do you think I needed a reference for that one, Joe?
I would. Is that what is his name? The guy who played Han Solo's friend in Star Wars?
Yeah, he was also Harvey Dent in the original Batman.
Billy
Was
D.
he?
Williams.
Billy D. Williams. Yeah, there it is.
Did he in the original one? Oh man, I need to check myself. I'm gonna leave my nerd card at the.
You call yourself old?
I love that's one of my. I actually watched that movie in the movie theater. Yeah, I love it. And then you got to get that thick neck. Mm.
Yeah, that's really cool. He's flipping a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he would have looked like if we gotten a third Batman from Tim Burton.
No, but we got the Joel Schumacher one instead.
We got the bat nipples, right?
That was a disaster.
Did Joel Schumacher do the Forever and then the Batman and Robin, both of those?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He basically set back the Batman franchise for how many years until Nolan came back with a. It's basically we're gonna get rid of the silly Batman and start doing the serious Batman.
He was the David Lynch of Batman, or David Lynch was the Schumacher of Dune.
Right.
And then we got set back again.
I don't mind the original version of Dune. It has its own.
Are you gonna say charm?
Yeah, it's own charm. Well, if you look at it now, it definitely is dated looking and stuff like that. But I had to tell you, did you guys? I guess this should be a spoiler warning. But anyway, I mean, if you watch the other Dune, it's not like it's a totally retelling of the story. So I guess people should. I'm not going to say it's a spoiler because the book has been around, the first movie's been around. So if this is a spoiler for you, then sorry.
Spoilers.
I'll give you a spoiler. I didn't like the movie. It was boring. I went to sleep 3 times during that movie.
You talking about the first one or the second one?
The second one. I was so bored.
I know Mars is gonna go. What? It's like, well,
that's
I'm gonna
fine.
tell
We
you.
all have different tastes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that Denis, Denis, is it Denis?
Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. He's a true like movie like director artiste. If you watch Blade Runner, his version of Blade Runner, every shot is so beautifully composed and the lighting is so exquisite. I mean, but it's an acquired taste. I think people, especially in this day and age of Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you want to have that instant gratification. You want to have, action.
You're saying I only like instant gratification movies?
I'm just going to tell you that Dune and Blade Runner are not those kind of movies. Marius, help me out here. Let me know what you feel about it.
Well, I definitely agree with you on that, and I kind of also believe that it's acquired taste, especially in today's day and age, because it's not really the fast food, so to speak, that people get to have, or it's become fast food. The MCU has become fast food, sadly. So these weren't my sentiments like a few years ago, because I would say that the first MCU movies were films in their own regard. They weren't just standardized, formulaic interpretations of sometimes better comic book origins. Because this is a hot take. Maybe people won't agree with me. If I'm gonna base off of IMDb, people don't agree with me. But Shang-Chi sucked. Like really, it sucked. From a cinematic point of view, it wasn't really good. The storytelling was also very flawed. They packed so many stuff in it, but it's kind of funny how it's not perceived that way. Like a lot of people dump on Spider-Man 3 because of its so many villains, right? But then Shang-Chi does something similar with how many plot threads it tries to play out, and then it never really gets to resolve them or put any depth to them, as far as I can tell. And so back to Denis, that's kind of like something he does that Marvel isn't able to do anymore, is to really construct movies like films, really, that kind of need you to go to the cinema to really experience it. Sadly, I haven't been in the cinema in a very long time, and I kind of miss it. But yeah, I agree with you, Gerald. I don't know how to expound on this any further. My brain kind of shut off.
You know what? My connection died, so I didn't hear anything that you said, Marius.
Oh,
I did. He agreed with you, so whatever. I like my watered down. I think my thing is I do like good movies. I think with superhero movies, I like them both ways. Something about that movie, maybe if I had watched it in the theater, maybe it would have been a different experience for me. I like Shang-Chi. I thought what's her face like killed it. Like the comic relief side character like stole the entire movie for me.
Aquafina?
Yeah, she's awesome, and I like her and everything she does.
You like Crazy Rich Asians, Marius?
Yeah, I guess.
I did not watch that movie. I saw my mother watching that movie, and I backed out after seeing some of the scenes. I'm sorry.
Or maybe are you referring to Raya and the Last Dragon? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm talking about that movie.
Yeah. Well, Marius, I'm sure you and I could talk about the storytelling weaknesses of Raya and the Last Dragon too.
As this is the Batman as it's being.
Yo, put that up. Put that up. I want to see that. It's just a thumbnail right now.
Oh yeah. Let me see here.
Oh damn, that's good.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Why is he angry? Why is he so? I mean, he's Batman.
He watched Shang-Chi. He said, no. He's like, what? Such weak storytelling.
Yeah. Stupid storytelling. Oh, the stupidness.
Yeah. Yeah, Marius, I think we could probably talk about like if we talk about is it Wenwu, the Mandarin, like his whole like story arc, how they made him so that he's not really a villain, but he is a villain, and then the way he treated his son. I mean, I was like watching it, I was like, what? It's like I think Marvel had a hard time trying to figure out, do we really make him bad or do we make him like sympathetic?
I think so.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
I actually like his character, or is it just because I like Tony Leung? Because I've always been a fan of him.
Yes, me too.
And
it's like he can do no wrong. Yeah.
There were points in the movie where, like, every time Tony's gonna show up, it completely changes the air of the scene. It's like you're watching a very different movie, and then it shifts back to these other characters, and it's like they belong to this different show.
It's like it was like
the
a different
acting-
director, right?
Yeah, it's like,
Like there was a different director. Mhm.
Do you guys remember the scene where Shang-Chi sort of failed his training a bit, and then Tony gives this or Wenwu gives this look of disappointment? That alone already showed so many things about him. He didn't need to utter
Yes.
a word. That's how good his acting was. But I couldn't
Mhm.
really pick that up from any of the other actors, except for Ben Kingsley. He was actually really funny in the piece. I really like that, even though his
That's so funny.
character, even though his character is something that I would not have included because his role is really just very similar to Aquafina. Jokes that are tried to be used as actual story beats. That's how it
Mhm.
looks to me, rather than actual story beats and then slightly have jokes in them. So, but his acting was really good, and so that's kind of really like the spectrum on how this was directed. You have people who shrug a lot to show that they're showing emotion, and then you have guys like Tony Leung and Ben Kingsley who really can do their jobs. That's how it felt for me. And really, no, this is no no harm in liking Shang-Chi.
Thank you.
No, 'cause- okay, here's a movie that a lot of people judge as a very bad movie, but I enjoy it. Venom, the first Venom.
I only watched it once, and I guess it wasn't what I was expecting, so I didn't really have a positive or negative experience with it. But tell us why you liked it. I mean, to me, I always think of I don't like how Venom has become the anti-hero. I liked him when he was a villain in the comic book.
Exactly.
He was a straight up villain, and
Yeah.
now he's become like, we want to make him kind of like Deadpool. A character that everybody can just sort of like,
Let's make him funny.
yeah, right.
And it doesn't work.
So
nobody's gonna buy toys of Venom if he's not if he's not an anti-hero.
right, exactly. Well, I want to hear. Let's hear Marius's take on it, and then Vic, I would like you to kind of like chime in on what your thoughts did you about it. But go ahead, Marius. Tell us why you love Venom.
It's kind of like those movies where you turn off your brain, and because the music's cool, the visuals are cool. It's fast paced. Kind of gets to the point really quickly, even though the point is not as substantial. And you've kind of already seen, like Shang-Chi, yeah, something like that.
Go ahead, keep on going. I'm sorry.
Joe's gonna kill me after the stream. Really, I will not be alive anymore. But yeah, it's those kind of movies where like I go to YouTube sometimes or like boot up my copy and then I just play the fight scenes. It's that kind of movie. And then I'm entertained, I have a good time, and then I go back to work after 10 minutes of viewing a certain scene. So to me, I call those movies like maybe the final fight of Kong versus Godzilla as like set pieces that were turned into movies. Like those high budget YouTube cinematic reels or like action reels where you watch them for the sake of action, you watch them for the sake of CGI.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, that's a good.
No, you watch
example.
Pearl Harbor because you want to understand history.
Yeah, but that's one of those movies that they were already doing the CG.
I'm being sarcastic, just for the
Oh yeah, I know. But like they made that movie, like all the CG was done, and they hadn't filmed any of the actors yet. Like,
all you gotta say, it's Michael Bay, and that's all you gotta say.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Michael Bay movies are like
Michael Bay. I'm gonna get some spit for his. I don't know. I'm gonna do something similar to what I did with this one, guys. I think.
For a second, I thought Joe was gonna spit on his drawing.
I know. I was gonna say that's the secret.
I may do it. So it'll be like this one.
Ooh.
Oh, very cool. I like the use of color in that one.
Yeah, I'm just learning. Learning it. Just having fun at this point.
I need
to ship that one. I need to ship that one fast. And it's for a Christmas present for somebody. And
the red.
Oh yeah, you need to get that out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's getting shipped through
I was holding tight. I was waiting for that payment. I want that cheese before I send it out.
Oh, it wasn't
That's
a gift.
fair.
It was a commission. All right.
It was a commission, yeah.
Uh,
All right, so I don't know where my ink pens are, so I'm gonna have to pull out my nicer brushes. And when I say nicer brushes, I just mean like not terrible brushes.
We all have those.
So hopefully I can do this with just this beautiful little brush. Let's see what happens.
Are you planning on coloring that, Joe? Or
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for-
So I'm gonna do ink, and then I do the gouache around it, and then I'll add white highlights and things like that. So that's my plan. If I don't lose interest in the middle of it. Thanks, Ed, man. My biggest problem with my art is that I'm huge ADD, and I just want to spend all my time making sure other people can make art so that I can, on the background, just draw whenever I feel like it. All right, let's see how this goes.
Brett, are you doing like all the older superheroes? I've noticed you have like Christopher Reeve Superman there now, and you had like a Michael Keaton one, I believe, a little while ago.
Yeah, I had a Michael Keaton. I've done an Adam West. I'm a fan of the older ones.
All the original movies.
Yeah.
Before the Martha between the.
All right, good. I twisted Phil's arm. He's going to get on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Joe, Jarrell, what did you decide on?
Shoot, I should probably. I'm drawing Wolverine and Jubilee from the Extinction Agenda.
Oh, good. I haven't seen yours in a while. Why isn't yours up? Where's your?
Oh, is my art cam not?
Come on, Gerald. Come on.
Oh, it's not.
Freaking
It's not on.
Amateur.
Oh,
but yeah, thanks, Ed. I appreciate it.
I didn't know it dropped. Okay. Let me get
Yeah,
it
that's
back.
good. Yeah, do another sketchbook. Get
Act
it out
like
there in the
you've done a
world.
stream before, Gerald.
What was that again, Brett? What'd you say?
Act like you've done a stream before.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I got kicked out right before Marius gone to his little when he was given his description of or his impression of Shang-Chi, and I didn't realize my art cam got knocked out. So let me get it.
Oh my God, I caused issues.
Now, why don't you blame Joe for that?
What the heck did I do? And who's?
All right.
Somebody's got a freaking echo going. That's killing me.
All right, so here's I'm still putting in my foundation, but over here is where Jubilee is going to be. Her arm is like right here around his neck, and
there we go.
It's that. If you know that scene where they're about ready, they just arrive in. I'm going to mispronounce it. Is it Genosha? Is that the name of the?
Genosha. That's right. You nailed it. Buddy.
Yeah. I was going to say that. They arrive there on that mutant island, oppression island, and Wolverine, Psylocke, and Jubilee are like on they're on this balcony on this building, and they rescue Richter and Boom Boom. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a really iconic scene. There was where it showed Wolverine and Jubilee's like on his back, and they're about ready to jump off this balcony, and so I'm trying to compose that shot from a different angle. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I was hoping, are they going to be in their yellow suits?
Wolverine is in its classic the best. I mean, I like the classic brown costume. I don't know what everybody's favorite Wolverine, but when I got into the X-Men, he was wearing the brown costume, and I know everybody likes the yellow and blue one the best, but me, I like the classic brown. And Jubilee,
brown.
Yeah, Jubilee was wearing her kind of like, I think when she was introduced, Jim Lee made her look like the Boy Wonder. Gave her that yellow trench coat and the
little trench coat, little tiny shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, that was I really like that era of Jim Lee's artwork. That made the most impression on me, and it really made me look forward to picking up every issue. I think now, I mean, there's a few comics and few artists that kind of make me want to do, that really excite me to look forward to every month, seeing what they're going to do. But back then it was like, well, maybe it's because I look back at that time with such nostalgia, but it's like every comic book was like that for me. It's like every issue was like, oh, I got to wait a whole month for the next story to come by. I totally romanticized that whole period of my childhood,
Well, I mean, there were so many great artists at that time that were just, the Image guys that were around back then drawing X-Men, Wolverine, Spider-Man, all those books.
Before they were Image, right?
Ed wants a... Oh, let me pull up Ed's comment.
Yeah, what is Ed saying? Oh, Saeed is in there too. We'll have to get Saeed because Saeed is always on the show with us for Let It Out. It's kind of nice to see him here on Freestyle.
Accidentally right-clicked myself out of the studio. But anyway, Ed wants to know where did he say it here? He wants to know how to get a signed copy of your book, of your cover.
My book? Oh, what? Oh, you mean the book that I did with David Whalen?
Yeah. When's the signing? Where's the signing at?
Oh, shoot! I haven't even thought about that. You know what? That's another funny thing. I never sign anything that I do. I just realized that all the artwork that I ever do, I never sign any of it. So that's just weird to me. I never think of myself as worthy of signing anything.
Oh my god!
Come on.
I was just thinking about that. I've never signed any of my work. Go look at the stuff that I posted. There's no signatures on any of that stuff. So
poach away, guys. Poach away.
Yeah, you can take it. You can steal it.
And I thought I was the rookie.
Carol, sign your works. Come on, man.
So I just basically announced to the world, you can just steal my artwork. There's no signature on it.
No, you announced it to the world, and people need to take care of that.
Speaking of which, about signing stuff and you digital artists out there, here's a random subject because this is me deflecting for myself, if you guys haven't noticed. What do you guys think about NFTs? And I'd love to hear, especially from Vic and Marius, because you guys are very, and even Frankie's still there? Because
Frankie's in and out, man.
Okay. Well, I just want to hear what you guys think about NFTs and if that's a viable way for digital artists to make sure their artwork is protected and as a revenue stream.
Oh man, that's looking cool, man.
Wow.
Joe, that is.
So who wants to take that first?
Thanks, guys. All right.
To be honest, you know what? I really don't have an opinion on it. It's one of those things to me that I'm just gonna see where it goes because I'm always late on everything. So
Still too new, right? Still too new.
yeah, that's how I feel. So I don't know. I don't know if I really have an opinion about it yet because I haven't seen too many me personally, I haven't seen too many artists talking about it, but those are the guys that I follow. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You have any thoughts on that, Marius? Have you thought about doing any NFTs for any of your artwork?
I have. I've been putting it in consideration, but like Vic, there really isn't much to go around with when it comes to info,
Mm-hmm.
and like most of the info I get, kind of like go against each other every now and then. That's how it feels.
Yeah, so it feels like you're running in circles.
Yeah. But here are some of the things that I could say I can confirm. For one, it's very hard for an artist to get into those NFT streams that they have in mind.
It's expensive
Because
too, isn't it?
yeah, I know a few people, fellow artists who have, some of them have successfully gone into the NFT landscape, but most of them actually haven't been able to, even after months of trying, because there's like this membership. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's about, but I just know that there is this membership, and I'm not sure if you need to pay to get in or something like that. And it's kind of hard also to make a sale as an artist. And I noticed that most of the money being made is done by the curators,
Yep.
but I really can't confirm any of these. I do know that there seems again, I can't confirm. There's a lot of things I can't confirm about this, but there seems to be there seems to be a lot of money going around. And sadly, a lot of that money isn't going to the artists, as far as I can tell.
Oh, really? Because I've heard some success stories about like some artists that have just been making more money than they've ever made. But I think they got in at the really
They were the
beginning
first ones.
of it.
They were the first
And
ones.
now it's become a much more arduous way of like doing it. It's not simple in terms of like getting it. It seems like there's a lot of work you have to do just to get to where you can actually sell something, right? Or it seems like
Do you guys
And
know
the startup
Beeple Trap?
cost sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
And on
how
that
you doing?
note, welcome, Phil.
What's up? NPCs, I'm fine as long as they have a good dialogue going on, you know. NFTs. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you said NPC, and then I was like,
NPCs. As long as there's a good dialogue tree, I'm okay with it. But from what I understand, though, you've got to put so much out just to put an NFT up that I don't know. Don't know if it makes sense or not.
Yeah, I think
The way I understand, you got to put a payout in a virtual wallet like every time you post a new piece up.
Here's a question. Did you guys hear about because this happened locally, so I don't know if it made trends back there in the States or something. But there was this local artist who did a commission for like $1,000. Seems like a huge amount of money, right? But then,
well, for starving artists, yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it was bought by some guy. I can hear myself back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're echoing.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's this guy who bought his artwork, and the artwork's really good. And
All right,
then,
I'm gonna go through and figure this thing out.
The artwork sold for like 38 million pesos.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so he resold the artwork and made a profit. Is that what you're saying?
The
Like
guy who bought the artwork resold it as an NFT.
Oh, damn.
And the artist
Wow.
didn't even make a single cent from that sale.
Well,
Wow.
that's the thing about NFTs. If you're from what I understand about NFTs, if you are the original owner of it and you're like Marius, if you decide to put your NFT.
Hello? Are you guys still
What?
Oh, you lost your
You're
volume.
muted, Gerald.
Oh, I'm muted.
there?
Okay.
Boomer.
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, Gerald. We can hear you.
Somebody keeps on muting me. There we go. All right.
You know that's
I think
Joe.
that's Joe. Joe's like having some fun with me.
Joe's tracking down the echo.
Yeah, I think with the NFT thing, I've heard things about how if you are the original issuer of the, like, if you're the artist who issues that, you can track it, and there's like can be like built-in like royalty that can be like if it's
Yeah.
sold and then resold, it can be tracked back to you, and that's how you determine the authenticity of the piece of art that you're selling. Now, in the case that you mentioned, Marius, that's like the protection that's not built in when you sell. When he gave this art, he wasn't like not paid. I mean, the guy paid him for the artwork, right?
Yeah.
1,000 pesos, $1,000. So really, it's kind of like, if you think about it, I bought a Picasso, and I bought it for
You
X
didn't
amount
buy
of
no
money.
damn Picasso.
Well, I'm using this as an example. I bought a Picasso.
Use a
I bought
realistic
Jim Lee.
example. You bought toilet
Okay,
paper.
all right. Okay, let's go
You bought a
flashback to like.
sideshow collectible there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to like the 80s, and I bought like a Jim Lee original Alpha Flight.
Thanks, Ike.
And
There we go.
okay, and now Jim Lee's like super popular now, and I have like this original art piece that was done by him. Now I bought it for that price, and then Jim Lee's now a big superstar, and somebody wants to buy it for like $10,000. If it was an NFT, then maybe there would be some sort of royalty that could go back to Jim Lee. But if there isn't, then I'm making that money off it because it's appreciated in value, and there's no protection from the artist, anymore. So I think that's the kind of way you kind of look at it. I feel bad for that original, that artist who only sold it for $1,000, and then the guy who bought it resold it for $3 million.
38. 38
or 38 million. So it's a story that's old as time. Artists getting unappreciated for their stuff. I mean, Van Gogh died a starving artist, and all of his stuff now is like worth thousands, if not millions.
His ear is worth millions.
Our kids will be able to enjoy our all of our income that we never made.
From what I get,
you know what? I'm going to mute Gerald if he keeps this nonsense up. You know what? You're not going to sit there and defend criminality. All right, these people are stealing people's artwork. They're turning around. They're using this magical NFT system to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're sitting there justifying it. I'm sick.
Well, from what I gather, though, since that isn't an original piece, the NFT wouldn't be as valuable, though, as from the way I understand it. If he took somebody else's art that he already bought and then put it up as an NFT, it seems like it would devaluate as far as an NFT goes. Because from what I gather, the whole point of it is that you don't want to post it anywhere before you make it an NFT. So it's a one of a kind. Nobody else can get onto it from the internet or any of that kind of thing. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that goes, but that's what I've heard so far.
Well, that's the catch-22.
Yeah.
You got people like that buy, like, for example, NBA. We're talking about like physical art here, right? NFTs have gone into like video. Like, take for example, I have NBA has official footage of like a World Championship game from 1993, and they make an NFT out of it. It's like, do the royalties go to the World Championship players that were in that clip? I don't know. I mean, it's whoever.
I would say whoever has the copyright to that footage.
Right. So that's the thing. It's like when you sell the artwork, this is where artists have to be educated and protect their IP, protect their artwork, and figure out the best way to do it. And I think that with original art, you can, as long as you can prove that that's original art, it's not a facsimile.
This is original art.
Yeah.
You know how you can protect us, Jarrell? Sign your work, Jarrell.
Exactly. All right. And that's what Joe's doing right here. That's not pixels. That's paint on a canvas. Unless somebody figures out how to replicate that exactly, like every one of Joe's paint strokes, then that's where
technically it's not paint on canvas yet. It's ink.
Well, that's where I figured NFTs would be cool and come into play. That'd be good for like somebody like me if I'm working all digital, I don't have an original tangible copy. So with NFTs, there could actually be original, and it can be tracked all through the data. You know, it's like that's mine, and you can release out how much ever you want. You can release out so many copies of it. Of course, the more you do, the more it devalues the NFT. And then anybody that buys it outside of that, anytime that is bought or sold, you get a percentage of that cut of it every sale.
Yeah, that's the beauty of NFTs too, is that you can actually do a digital run of your piece and say, hey, not only did I do this digital piece, I'm only going to release like 10 of this digital piece into the wild. And you can it's like a signed and number print, except it's digital. So I think the premise of NFTs is great. It's something that's good for digital artists, but it's so new, and seems like it's convoluted in terms of how you have to get an NFT. And then this is the way that I look at digital artwork. I mean, you can look at traditional artwork in terms of like how traditional artwork is becoming can be fabricated too. People can copy it. Digital artwork, it's sort of like NFTs are secure right now, but just like with anything that's digital, someone's going to learn how to hack it. You know, someone's going to learn how to get around it. And then when that happens, does that totally tank the whole NFT market?
It's really hard to mess with metadata once it's already embedded within the piece, man. Every piece of every file that you put out there has a metadata tag to it, and it's really hard to screw with those, man. So it would be traceable, I would think.
Well, that's the thing with technology, because well, I come from a software engineering background, and everything that we create can be decreated. Or like there's a version of that can be, tweaked one day or sometime in the future. And so the full proofness that they're claiming for this to have with the exponential growth of technology, it's kind of questionable. Like a lot of people said some software were unhackable, and then right now they can be hacked. Like look at something simple like Call of Duty, like the hacker bans. They even make posts about it, like we've boosted our systems and everything. 2 days later, broken.
Exactly.
Like really. So I understand that they're trying their best based to my knowledge. Like what Paul said. Was that Paul? Phil, sorry. Phil. I think I have
Paul,
Dune in my
it's
head
all
so
good.
much. Paul is crazy. But okay, I go back to my point. Well, yeah, I think it's like what Gerald said. It's good to kind of realize that they're trying their hardest to keep the premise of this as honest as possible. But then again, it's convoluted all at once, and so this claim about the metadata being something that cannot be tampered with, I'm inclined not to believe it as wholeheartedly as I'd like to.
I want to believe in it. I want to think that it's going to be this great end all be all technology where digital artists can feel secure in making sure that their pieces aren't hacked or taken away, and they can get credit for things. But it's hard to like really accept that, knowing that, heck, we just talked about Meta. Facebook just renamed themselves as Meta, and Facebook has had their own track record for privacy and security, being compromised too. So I don't know. It's hard for me not to.
I don't know what his version of Meta is, but when I say metadata, like I said, every file that goes out has meta tags that are embedded within it to even where it registers every change that was made. Even if you put it in another program and mess with it, it says in the metadata, it also has anytime it's went through a different program and embeds it within it. As far as I gather from that, I don't know, any of the more tech savvy people will maybe be able to verify it, but so I'm just thinking with the way metadata works and meta tags, I think it may be safe, but I'm not sure. All I know is last I've heard is that metadata and metadata tags are really hard to try and do anything with, and it keeps a record of everything that file goes through and changes, whether it's brought into Photoshop or any other imaging program or any changes made or anything. As far the way that I follow the way that goes, anyhow, I could be wrong though.
All right. So I'm loving all of this, but we've been on NFTs for a hot minute. And it's making me bored.
Okay, I ran into this one NPC man, and he told me I had to go to the castle, and it was bullcrap, man. There was nothing there.
We gotta change the quest, man. We gotta change the quest. Let's get something more interesting.
Hey, that was Jarrell. Jarrell didn't want to answer when he was going to be signing comics, and he changed the subject.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
You know,
good,
then we
it's all
talked
good.
about protecting your work, and you got all quiet. You know.
All right, let the floor is open. You guys come up with something new to talk about. Go for it.
What you guys want to talk about? Movies, games,
Yeah,
aliens.
Kickstarters?
They
I
do
got
exist.
Kickstarter out.
Oh, Kickstarter.
Hey, let's start Kickstarter.
Yeah, talk about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I got a White Devil issue 1's coming out over at Silverline Comics. It's out on Kickstarter right now. It's been up for
Right
about
now.
2 days. Right now.
Why don't you
Love
put
it.
the link in the comments field so that way people can see it.
Link
Oh
it up,
yeah,
bro.
I could do that. Cool.
Yes,
All right.
yes, please.
Yeah, that was a fun one to work on. I got to work with some old school cats on that. A lot of the Silverline people had been through the Malibu days back in the day, so that was pretty cool to be able to work with some of those guys.
man,
Yeah.
Malibu. I haven't heard of them in a long
I
time.
know.
Yeah, actually, White Devil started out as they were trying to do a manga crossover kind of thing in the early 90s, and that's where White Devil originated. But this is a reboot because it came out under the Eternity imprint for Malibu. So luckily, Marvel wasn't able to scoop it up in that acquisition and stuff. But basically, it's been rebooted and given more of a westernized comics flavor. And that's where we're at with it right now. I mean,
Very cool.
just finished issue 1, and there's like 2 is completely done, just waiting on me. I'm actually starting to work on that now. And issue 3 is pretty much almost completely done, and then comes to me and gets done. So it's like one issue is going to come out right after the other. There's no worry about that. The whole 4-issue arc is already in production and almost finished. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
but yeah, it's kind of like the writer. He's R.A. Jones, and he co-created Bulletproof Monk over at Image back in the day.
I was gonna say his name sounds familiar. I couldn't
He
place
worked
it.
on a run of Green Lantern. He's worked at Dark Horse and some other stuff like that. But he's real cool dude. I guess the book is. He had a lot of influence by the Seven Samurai or the Magnificent Seven. And the way it kind of is, it's kind of post-apocalyptic, and it's kind of like somebody described it best. If it's in the video game world, it's like a cross between Red Dead Redemption and Dragon Age, but with like a post-apocalyptic twist on all that. So
Very cool. And when does that one come out?
it is out. It's out on the Kickstarter right now. It's been up for about 2 days. We're about 3/4 the way to fund it on it, so it's going well so far. Yeah, and it's a double feature. It's along with another. It's like the old school flip books.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm grabbing the link, so I'll post it up. But it's both the books, White Devil #1 and Twilight Grim. That's another RA book, so it's a good matchup for the flip book. And also, besides the flip book, you can get the issues. You can get add-ons of this issues separately and stuff. You know.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna have to check that out once we're done here.
Yeah, well, actually, if you pull up the screen, I do have like one of the A cover that I.
Yeah. I'll pull it up. I got you.
I got
I
him.
don't know. I'm flipping through tabs, so I got to find the StreamYard tab again so I can see what we're up to here.
Oh, you can't see what we're showing?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, that's right. The wrong StreamYard. I was over in my studio. Sorry, guys. Boomer moment, man. But yeah, this one, Jackson Rennick, he was the penciler in the book. He did the pencils and the inks on this. He's old school too. He did, from what I remember, he did a run of Deathstroke back in the day.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty cool. Let's see, over in the comments. Is that where you wanted me to put the link in the? Oh, I can't do it in the.
We already got it up.
Oh, I was talking about the Kickstarter link. If
I got you.
I'll put that in the private chat.
Yeah, we'll put it there for everybody to see. You can drop it in the comments field.
Awesome. Let's see, what else have I been working on? Some other stuff. I worked on a card for Larry for Niobe, for his run in Niobe and his last run. He's actually getting that ready. He's going to be he's working with Antarctic Press now and releasing a lot of Niobe through Antarctic Press.
Yeah, I have been hearing all that. It's been great.
Yeah, we see stop through over on the Niobe and Friends show, man. You should drop in there sometime. We try to get you to, man.
That's right.
This is a piece I've been working with Warren Brown on some stuff. He hangs out. He hangs out with me at the Zen Den when I'm streaming Zen Den. I kind of had some off time of that, but I started that back up again last night, streaming where we draw, talk pop culture, kind of the usual, and stuff that he does on there. He'll throw my way, and I'll end up doing coloring on it after. Like I work over. He does gray cell shading too. So I actually, I work over that after he gives it to me. So I still leave his cell shading and stuff in there when I'm working on it. Now let's see what's another.
Oh, kind of like Tim Sale, I believe. He works in grayscale because he's colorblind, and then he is.
Yeah, he's colorblind, but everybody seems to like when we work our style, that when we work with each other on this stuff. Actually, let's see if I'll pull up a couple more of his, because they're pretty cool. Oh, hold it. What was this one? Let's see. I think you guys might recognize this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, nice. That looks familiar.
Yeah, let's see. I kind of jumped on last minute, so I didn't have everything all set up and ready like usual. I know. I know.
I was ready to go the second we went live.
Bad Phil, man. Oh yeah, I just ran across. I'm not used to you guys streaming on at nights. It's usually in the afternoon on Sundays or whatever. But you probably changed that up quite a bit lately, haven't you?
No, this is our first one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, and this is alternate, the retro cover for White Devil. It's a homage cover based off of Superman, where in Superman he has a eagle coming down on his arm. But actually, artists on this, one artist is Steve Butler, which has actually worked on Superman and stuff like that in the past. And Mr. Floramonte did the inks on that, and he's worked on multiple books on the big twos. And he is also one of the people that run Kablam printing for comics. So that's one of the alternate covers for the book.
I'm actually really, really, really liking that, man. I like it a lot.
Well, cool. Thanks, man. And let's see. I'll show you something that I was working on. It's kind of weird. I had it put away for a while because you guys know I do colorist stuff, but I've drawn and stuff for years. It's just that coloring took over. But I found an old piece that I dug up that I'd sketched and started to work on probably 7 years ago. And I decided to pull it back up and start working on it. And it's this one right here.
That is scary.
I'm going full painted. Thank you. So I'm going full painted on.
Yeah, that looks great. I think Maverick would love that, Marius,
I-
wouldn't he? that looks like something Maverick would kind of like dream up too. So,
I'd buy
Yeah.
that as a poster for him. That is scary, man. That is scary. I do not want to see that in my sleep.
Oh,
man,
well,
that is
cool. I
scary.
hit the right spot then, because he's supposed to be creepy. But yeah, that was a pencil sketch I started and flew over and started working on digitally, then put away and worked on comics for a long time. And then it's like, I'm going to pull out some of my old stuff and finish it up that's been sitting there,
You know what I love
Damn,
about
that is scary.
these live streams is that, there's so much drama going on in the indie community that
Oh, no,
know,
not more
somebody-
drama, is there?
somebody's gonna be blocked by somebody. But like on these live streams like this, if you share it on your page, like unless you block Comics Cast, which I hope nobody does, like this is a free, no drama zone. Everyone is definitely free to come here. So
Even Phil,
this
man.
drunk?
They'll let anybody in
Even
here.
Phil,
They let me
even
in, man.
Phil.
Here's
You're
one you got.
You're one step away from the old man.
Oh, God, please. Don't make me come in.
Come in there, whoop your ass.
This one's from somebody that you guys know, man. This is one I did a commission on this for Javier Lugo, working on his line work, man.
Yeah.
This is a double page at
I saw that one when it came out. I loved it.
11 by 17. Make one big picture there.
I'm gonna pop.
And that is why he worked on Green Tempest.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I hope he gets back on this stream. I haven't seen him. Him getting on here would be great. I want to see his work.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him for a minute, but I know he's been busy from what I've caught here and there.
hey, Brett, do you have any news on what Javier's been up to?
Oh, just the day job kicking in on him.
Yeah.
Yep, this is his busy time of year now.
We'll do my big screen so y'all can see this thing.
See the thing and stuff.
It's almost done.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, that's what he's screaming. He's like, "Did you not,
No, he's screaming, Martha!
Martha? Why did you say that name?"
Really, do we have to relive Batfleck? Please.
Everybody knocks Zack Snyder, but I like his work.
It's hit or miss, man. But when he hits it, it's I'm the guy, and I think everyone's probably heard me say this enough times. I love the Superman movie. I absolutely love it.
Yes, Man of Steel.
Yes.
I like.
I
that.
think
It's
with Man of
darker,
Steel,
but
that scene where he's in the closet and he's like freaking out about the sound, that's better. That scene all by itself, to me, is better than probably almost any MCU scene other than, like, I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head, the MCU scene. But like just that scene right there was just, there was so much weight behind it and it was performed so well. That got me. That was a really good scene. To the point where the rest of the movie could have been garbage and I still would have liked it. But I just want to see that Superman go up against The Rock as Black Adam. I think that will be absolutely priceless. And I will just walk into the movie theater and say, take all of my, whatever money you want, I will walk into this movie theater and watch this movie. They'll have like a special, like, take my money, freaking charge, whatever. I don't care. What am I going to do about this piece? Still looks
About
flat.
any Cowboy Bebop fans here? Anybody check out the
No Cowboy Bebop fan of that show. How dare you? Kick him off this show. If you like that show,
what is there? Is there an anti-Cowboy Bebop faction over here?
This is all no. I didn't know. That was unplanned. No one has had any conversation about that show.
Yeah, Marius and I kind of like. I saw his today. He posted something about that, and for those of us who watch the anime is awesome. The Netflix series Marius, you want to chime in there and tell us a little bit about your strong feelings about it? He wrote a paragraph.
Now, granted, I've only seen the first episode, so I don't know overall how it is, man.
You
Marius
don't
watched
need to
the
watch
first
the
15
rest of the
minutes.
season.
With me,
But
though, man, I've always been able to be good about separating movies or the series from whatever the original is. I know a lot of people can't, but I'm pretty good at that with most shows.
I'm
and
all
movies.
about. I understand your point of view on separating, and I understand all that. But when you have an original concept that was built, you can't go about changing it so drastically. Like that's the reason why superhero movies sucked for like 50 years, except for like one Batman movie.
Oh, tell me about it.
Superman movies, right? And the reason why is because if you cannot recreate something that was created and already loved by people. If it's an IP that has beloved fans behind it, it's because they developed something that the fans love. So if you take that IP and then recreate it completely, and it's unrecognizable, and you say, "Well, this is my interpretation at cinema versus the animated show," right?
Yeah.
That's when, for me, I'm just sitting there like, come on. Like, as long as you, like the MCU, when they figured out with, let's just give an example, Iron Man was different in the cinema, but it was still, it only tweaked it enough as needed to fit on screen. It still respected the elements of what made Iron Man work.
Kept most of the core.
So that, I mean, I get it. It's a separate medium, but at its core, those elements have to stay the same. If they don't, I think that's when you see the fan backlash.
But we still always have the animated one, you know. I mean, we can always, that's one thing too. It's like, look what they did. It's like we still got the old stuff. It's all good, you know.
No, that's true. That's true.
And
But you know what would be even better is if they made a good show.
Right.
And then they'd make a lot more money.
But plus also, how much is it people that had never known about the animated series that actually had brought them into that realm and discovering that after they've watched the like a live show too.
I would sit there and I would argue that again doesn't make sense, because if you have people that either love Cowboy Bebop or love Lion King or whatever is a concept that was being recreated, let's say Star Wars, whatever it is. You're literally, if you make content that respects the original IP and respects the original fans that loved it, because if it's good, then that's why it's good. And that's why it's an IP that is well known, right? So if you do it the right way, meaning you don't have to necessarily do what the fans want, but you have to respect the original material. So if you do that, then you have a built-in fan base and you have built-in marketing. If I have 3 sons, if you did a creation, let's say, for instance, they did an X-Men movie that was based off of the animated show, or let's say the X-Men 97, right? It comes out and it's garbage. I'm not going to have my kids watch it. I'm not going to make it my point to have them be in front of it. But if it's amazing, I'm going to be like, okay, we all have to sit down and watch this. And now I've brought a whole nother generation in to your product.
Well said.
Simply because you respected the original material to the point where I understood it things had to change because I was a kid at the time, but you respected the original material. And as long as that's done, I think that's when you start seeing those multiple generations passing that stuff down.
You know what I've caught recently that I think they did really well with that?
What's that?
The new Ghostbusters.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No spoiler alerts, but I did.
No, they did. Let's just put it this way: they did very good. They were very respectful of everything, man. And I'll just leave it at that. It was fun.
Good.
It was fun. It had that feel. I mean, nothing's going to be as good as the first one, but it's definitely good. It comes in second, man.
As long as it's not like that other Ghostbusters movie that came out, like,
oh, that was an abomination, man.
That wasn't Batman. That wasn't a movie.
That was an abomination.
Well, and that's that was a horrible movie. And I can't believe Chris Hemsworth was involved with that.
He was barely in the movie.
Another good series. How many of you guys, I know it's been under the radar with a lot of people, but how many of you guys checked out Doom Patrol?
Oh, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I saw the first few episodes.
I liked it, man. I thought they did a very good job with that. Very interesting, very weird, and a lot of character development in it that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's like that one kind of flew under the radar, and Alan Tudyk's in it, and I always thought he does a good job with stuff. You got Brandon Fraser, which is interesting seeing him back around and stuff.
Sure.
So you only saw a few of the episodes. You weren't a fan?
I liked it, but I had more interesting things for my personal taste that I spent more time focusing on.
Oh, okay.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's more of I had a short amount of time to spend.
Right. Oh, I
things,
totally. Yeah.
And I spend it on something else.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
You know, it does. It's something that builds for sure, man, and it goes through a lot of character development, man. So something you might want to revisit and see how it goes after the first few episodes, because it definitely does build and is interesting series, man.
I'll definitely try to go back into it.
I think it's been kind of just under the radar and done really
it's
well.
one of those that I saw initially, and then I just never went back to it. And it looked good. It's just sitting there on my HBO Max, just waiting to get watched.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes. Well, like I said, they're like in the third season now. I watched the first two, but I have not got a chance to catch up with the third season. I think they've already wrapped that one up now.
Hey,
But
Vic,
yeah,
I
there's
don't know
too much stuff to do.
Yeah, I lost it. I'm getting it back up right now.
Okay.
You know, a series that I've been like itching to watch that everybody's been singing the praises on is that Arcane on Netflix.
Yeah,
You guys heard about that?
heard. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty
I
good,
heard
man.
nothing but positive stuff about it. Like it's like next generation like animation that I thought Into the Spider-Verse, like the animation that Sony did for that was like phenomenal. It was like stuff that you've never seen before, and they said that Arcane takes that and amps it up like 100 times. So I need to watch that. I heard it was just really
you do.
good.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful.
Now
The
that's-
use of color in that is just amazing.
Now there is a new one that I never even realized was a comic, but it's like, what? Marvel's got new animated, except it's on Hulu, and it is Hit Monkey.
Yeah, it's with the monkey or whatever.
Hit Monkey. Yeah, I'm like, what? And I watched the trailer. I'm like, okay, this is pretty effed up, man. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It looks like right up my alley.
Yeah.
I think they decided to do like
in it, and yeah.
It's like it's adult humor, right?
That's what it seems like from the trailer. I was like, oh, this isn't your usual Marvel, man.
Is that part of
Maybe
the
that's why it's on Hulu. What's that?
Yeah.
Is that part of the MCU? The
Yeah,
monkey thing?
I guess so. I didn't know about it, but I was talking to part of the other crew that we do lives with and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I used to get that book. I was like, I've never heard of it before. But I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, I think I'm in. I'll have to check that one out, man. This is definitely off the beaten Marvel path, man.
I think he's like Howard the Duck. He has like cult status that people don't really know about, and I think they even made like a toy. I think like for it, and still nobody really knew about it. And I was surprised that they actually made a toy figure for it. But now I think with the success of like Deadpool and doing that kind of irreverent humor, dark humor type stuff,
right?
Like, well, you know what? Let's do a Hit Monkey type thing.
Yeah, after Deadpool, they're like, yeah, we can do stuff. Okay, let's make a new Suicide Squad. We can do stuff. Joe was in that, man.
I know.
Joe Cena, man. We saw Joe on there. He's going to eat a whole beach of bleeps. There you
go. No comment from Joe. Is he going to say anything about that? Is he on mute?
He's like, I'm out of here. He just
he walked away.
I haven't even. Let's see. Has anybody let's look and see what Vic's been doing at that district.
I lost my screen for a little bit. I had to come back up.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh wow, you've come a long way since I first saw that. It almost looks like that's a dismembered head, like he got his head lopped off.
Not yet. Still working on it.
Is that
Yeah, I
Omni-Man?
know.
I'm sorry. What?
Is that Omni-Man?
No,
I had the same
but
thought.
I took inspiration from it.
Is that J. Jonah Simpson?
It looks like there's a mashup there a little bit.
Yeah. Oh man, what's the movie?
Is that the guy from Whiplash?
It's the guy
What
from
an answer,
those
goddamn
insurance
question.
commercials.
No, there's I want to say it's Goodfellas. There's a mobster in that one, and he just has a unique look that anytime I have to draw like a mob boss looking guy, that's the face I always use. Because it was just so unique. I always go to it because his face stands out to me.
I make that face all the time, man.
The mob boss face.
The mob boss face. It's my Italian blood, man.
You guys ever wanted to be mobsters? Mob bosses? Okay, a question came to mind. What's a concept you guys have never seen like done before? Like anything, as weird as it can be.
As weird as it
Content that we've never seen done before?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty weird stuff, man.
You're asking the wrong guy if you're talking to him.
I see something weird. I was just talking about this the other night. Go look up a movie. Go look up a movie called Big Man Japan.
Big Man Japan.
Yeah, you want to talk about a weird, like a rubber monster kind of movie? Oh my god, man! Oh my god!
There's been some messed up like Japanese, like I think the Japanese they've cornered the market for like weird subject matter for anime and manga. Just crazy concepts.
I would agree to that.
I think it's that's actually kind of the refreshing thing about like Eastern comics or Eastern storytelling. Nothing for them is weird. They'll tackle it. There'll be some crazy story that you would never think would ever be addressed, and just weird stuff.
There's be some weird stories that is oddly searchable.
Joe knows. He searched for him.
Joe's got a whole collection of tentacle manga, man.
Hey, listen, I don't.
Don't
I
even
don't
go
judge.
there.
I don't judge.
We all have different tastes. Those just so happens to be tentacles, according to.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, don't shoot me, please.
It's a calamari. It's not tentacles.
Calamari.
It's a
fried.
It's Cthulhu. It's Cthulhu. Yeah.
It's Cthulhu. Yeah, there you go.
Imagine Cthulhu tempura. I wonder what that tastes like.
Well,
it tastes like the abyss. It tastes like the abyss, man.
Tastes like madness.
It tastes like madness. There you go.
It tastes like the end of the world.
I need more Lovecraftian things. I need more of that.
I'm getting ready to do some work on a short Lovecraft type story here soon.
Ooh.
Can't talk too much about it now, but it's going to be fun, interesting one. I'm going to be working on that with Warren Brown, the guy that I showed you early, does the gray wash, the black and white, and then I throw the color over.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jarrell, we haven't seen yours in a little bit, I think.
Guess you can like me.
Have you signed it, Joe? Joe. Have you signed it, Gerald?
Have you signed Jarrell's picture yet, Joe?
No, I have not
Yeah.
signed it yet.
Well, since I don't sign it, Joe can take complete credit for it. So, can you see it? My Wolverine and Jubilee.
Nice.
Yeah, it's coming together, man.
Hey,
I
don't let him give you crap, Jarrell. He's not signed before too. I think on that Elysian Fields piece, I had to go find your moniker and drop it on the piece when I was.
So you signed it, Senna.
Yeah, Joe Senna. Yeah.
Joe Senna.
I thought I signed that. I didn't sign it.
No, I had to throw it in there for you,
Oh, whatever.
or I had to mention it to you. One of the two. I do that if I work on a piece and they didn't sign. It's like, dude, where's your sig? Let me grab the sig real quick. I'll drop it on there for you.
All right, I'm gonna like solo out Marius here. So Marius, here we go. Boom! Look at that. So wait, how do you have it? So you have like a zoomed out perspective and you have a zoomed in perspective at the same time. Is that like
Yeah.
Are you in Photoshop or is this Clip Studio?
This is Photoshop.
It's Photoshop. Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
just
what
have like
I
your. Go ahead. Go.
okay. Let me just close this. So I boot up a file, obviously, and then I go to Window, Workspace. Wait, where is it? I kind of set it to Control Alt Q, so that kind of duplicates the window. I forgot. So it's already 2 right now, as you can see.
Okay.
It's already 2.
I only see 1 right now. So where's the second one? Let's see.
And then I go to Window, Arrange. Where is it? Tile all vertically.
Okay, so this is the same composition you're working on, but one is a zoomed view and one is a zoomed out.
And it always updates, right, as you're working.
Yep. So as you can see here.
So it's almost like having the preview panel over on your right hand
yes
layout.
Yeah. It's like a big navigator view because I use the navigator palette to like jump to aspects of the canvas if I'm zoomed in. But I like how you can have it zoomed out and zoomed in at the same time, and you can kind of control the zoom.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to have the navigator open, but I stopped using it because I like to be able to, as you can see, if I need to paint here on the left side, I can also paint on the right side. And unlike the navigator, I can't do anything on that.
Yeah, navigator is strictly for viewing. I mean, just for a preview. It's not. You can't actually paint on the navigator window. That's a
With
really
me,
neat
I just
workflow.
like to have as much screen space as possible. So basically, I just zoom in and out as I'm working to look at it as I'm working on it.
I used to do that too, but it doesn't look good during time lapses because
okay, yeah.
It pops all over the place.
Yeah, it like boop 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 boop. Like, oh god, my initial recordings, like I couldn't even understand what I was watching.
Oh wait, so Photoshop has time lapse built into it? I didn't know that.
No, he's talking about. Oh my gosh, Gerald.
I have a software.
I'm confused.
I have a software. I use Cafe Recording. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Photoshop had it built in. Okay.
No. Sadly, it doesn't. Sadly.
Yeah, it totally should. It would make sense.
Clip Art Studio and Manga Studio has it built in, if I remember right.
It does.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Clip Studio has it, but it's funny. I have the software. I've had the software for months now, but I'm still using Photoshop.
You gotta like, especially when you're in a workflow where you're trying to do your commission work and your pro work. It's kind of hard to like switch to a different software, right, Mario?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've had a copy of it since it was called Manga Studio. You know, I've got that far back, but I only picked it up for digital inking because it seems to do really good with digital inking.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
But when I'm doing color work, and color work, I always work in Photoshop.
And from what I've sorry, go
ahead. Go ahead. No, go for it. Go. You were saying?
Now, from what I've learned, like Clip Studio has a lot of techniques for helping out with paneling. I think Roy knows a lot about this.
Yes.
So, and lettering. It's good for lettering.
Like and also photo textures. or like those screen tones. They have so many of that.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully I get to use the software that I purchased one of these days.
I bought Clip Studio when it was on sale last year. You know, they had their annual sale, and I go, oh, cool, I got it. And then my cheap tablet died, and I never got around to using it. And then it went on sale again a year later, and I still haven't used it. I still use Procreate when I did my digital inks. So.
Oh, because are you just working on a tablet then, like that?
No,
with Procreate or?
Yeah, because I have I actually purchased a Ueon drawing display, but I don't really know Clip Studio Paint. I know Photoshop, and so I one of those things. I'm like Marius. It's like you stick with what you know, and you don't want to like go through the learning curve of even though it would make sense to do it. I just use Procreate because I already know how that works, and I don't even know how that works very well. I'm still not a very good.
A few years back, I headed up a book, man, and the guy was working in just Procreate, and I was like, oh no, they did not even have a CMYK color profile at that time, and I'm like, no, you cannot use Procreate for a finished proper book, man.
That's changed now. There's like a whole bunch a lot of pro artists now use Procreate from beginning to end. It's quite amazing. Man. Yeah.
I use Photoshop and a big ass Wacom tablet here.
But yeah, that's a really cool, interesting workflow. I like what Marius is doing there.
Thank you.
So you guys, this is where I'm at.
Oh, look, he's got color on it and stuff already.
Very cool.
That's giving me Hush vibes.
Martha.
Let's see here. Device not connected.
Uh-oh.
That's Vic.
We lost Vic?
No. Oh, did we totally lose Vic?
Yeah, Vic is gone.
Yeah, Vic, you got to come back. Come back.
It's all Gerald's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled the Frank Miller color scheme. I'm gonna do like straight blue and gray.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I gotta figure out how to. I really like how this is creating textures on portions of the cowl, but not on, like, it's not a flat color. So I'm still trying to figure out how that works.
Not a flat color.
Yeah, so it's like it may be because I'm doing brushes too fast. So it's streaky color. That's what I'm saying.
Get a little bit of that dry brush feel off of it or something.
Yeah, so like I love what's happening with like this element down here. I can do all kinds of fun stuff with this space. But like up here, I want it to be like solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've done colors over my inks. So I watered down the gouache to make it work.
So that's right. I remember seeing you when you first started deciding to do some painted work, man. You've been doing a lot more of that lately, huh?
No, this is my second one. I haven't done any artwork since that last one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, you haven't done any artwork, or you mean you just haven't done any brush? Any
I haven't done anything.
Are you serious, or are you just clowning?
No, I haven't done anything. I'm too busy.
He's been busy.
Not even time to throw down some scribbles, huh?
That's why I had to do a show, so I would be forced to do work.
Yeah.
This is all just for selfish reasons.
With me, usually if I'm hosting the show, I don't get any work done because I'm busy talking and pulling levers instead of working, but I'm kind of getting better at that these days.
Yeah, it takes
You got to do a drawing show, so that way you will
Well,
force yourself to draw.
Well, I have. You haven't seen the Zenden before, Gerald?
No, I haven't.
I bring
I'll
a
have
lot
to
of the
check that
regular
out.
crew on there. Max DeVille comes over and hangs out a lot. Warren Brown's like my usual sidekick, man. He's drawing while I'm doing some color work.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Niobe Larry will stop in. Pete Vasquez will stop in.
What days are you broadcasting? Is it like
Well,
a
I
set
had been
schedule, or is
doing.
it like...
It was at first it was kind of random. Then I kind of set on a Wednesday. Then I got.
I
busy with
feel
the-
like I gave you a 1-4 on that one. I was like, you got to have like a set schedule.
Yeah, probably.
All right, Vic is back.
Vic is back.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Sorry,
Vic.
Vic.
We're like,
I just had to take care of something.
oh
But,
shoot! Look at that.
What the hell is that?
Zombie cap. Zombie cap. That looks
Oh, my
sick.
zombie cap. Yeah, I could show that real quick. It's my screensaver.
you-
Let's see. Let's see if I can get this out. There you go.
That's cool.
Damn, dude,
That's
that
cool.
looks so good.
Yeah,
That
that's my wallpaper right now.
that line of saliva, damn, you really don't want to get bit by him.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the weird like green skinned cap. I wanted something more menacing and scary. So
Who colored
that's
this? I love the colors.
I did.
Wow.
Is that
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Did a lot of
That's the whole
screen in
deal.
it, man. That is
It's the whole-
awesome.
Real
Dude,
deal.
I love
Holyfield
the
right
I love
there.
the desaturation that you have, but the colors are still there,
Yeah.
and the blood stands out. Damn, this is good.
And it looks like you hand painted the background too.
Yeah, just
I love that. Yeah, I
it's a
love
color
doing
brush.
backgrounds. It drives me nuts when somebody in a comic will put they'll take a photograph and drop it in for their background clouds and stuff.
you know-
That drives me nuts.
Yeah, it really does. What I like to do is I will let's see, let me get my screen back open here. I'll just go get like a reference photo. A lot of times I'll even have like you could find reference photos that have the colors on them. You can just pick the colors off of them and then just start creating your own background. But I really don't like just using a photo behind my drawing. It just looks odd.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I just always like to Bob Ross the backgrounds, man. I like to do a lot
Phil's
of like
Yeah.
what's that?
I was gonna say Phil was like takes his digital stylus and he's like slapping the table leg. It's like like Bob Ross. He takes his brush and he's like,
Oh,
you see him like slapping his canvas leg. This is what I'm doing.
no, I'd Wake the Wacom stylists are too expensive to do that, man.
I totally hear that. Totally hear that.
All right, I think I fixed it, guys. I'm going to pull it up. Boom. There it is.
Look at that.
Oh, the colors are.
He
That's
really is saying
cool.
Martha.
Digging that.
Martha.
Yeah, I'm going to have some sort of spittle and then probably figure out a
Oh.
tongue element in there.
There you go.
I may not color the background if he's fully colored. I don't know. Let's figure this thing out. I'm kind of learning, figuring out as I go. All right, I need to step out of the garage. I will return.
Paint fumes are getting too strong for you, Hanjo.
Let's see. Hey, so Phil, do you want me to share what you're doing?
Yeah, if you want to, I suppose. I'm just
Here we
in the stages here.
Oh, look at
Just got
that.
a temporary background right now.
Did you
Because
do-
I have a lot of off-panel stuff. Like, what's that?
You do all your lettering by hand?
Well, the lettering's already done in this. This is like the second issue of White Devil.
Oh, okay.
And everything's already done except for me to come in and throw the colors down. And the lettering, yeah, they do that. This is all traditional.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I do go in and add the color faction into the onomatopoeias on it and stuff, you know. But
That's
this
a
one I'm
word.
just getting kicked into. Like I said, I just put a simple gradient in the background for now, just so the white doesn't blast my eyes and burn my eyeballs out as I'm working. And this has a lot of off-panel work in through all these books. So what I basically do is I get an idea of where I'm going with the backgrounds and the other panels, and then I'll come in and add in to the background something that matches in there, some kind of a cool gradient and some texture and stuff that I'll run through it, man, to bring it all together when I get to that point.
I do something similar. I'll put the gray on top, and then I'll just select the colors and on a separate layer and put that over it, just so like the only thing I could see is whatever color I'm working with at that time. So if I'm working on somebody's face, like that's the only color, so that way I could focus on it. Because man, sometimes when you have like all the flats in front of you, I feel like I get a little overloaded with all the colors. Sometimes the flats are like bright pinks and all these other colors, but yeah, I do something really similar so I could just focus.
Yeah, basically with me, I don't even use flats. I skip that stage, man. If I'm already got an area sectioned out, man, I already, I study, I know where I'm going to go. I can picture out where I'm going to go, man. So I just go right in and work. I mean, I see no sense to do flats and then come back in and do the rendering. I do it all right there while I have it selected.
Saves you a lot of time.
Yeah. And like, let's see, here's one of the pages from the first book. So you guys get an idea what's going on with that. And let me see, what else do I have? Other pages up here. Here's a splash page.
Oh, that's cool.
The cyber chick. I really like doing
Oh wow.
doing
Metal,
chrome and metal, man.
It
It's some of
shows.
my favorite things to do. And
Hey, zoom into that. I was gonna say, can you zoom into that metal? Let's check out that coloring. Look at that.
yeah, just section it all out, man. Do it all separate on, each one of these areas. That's why when I'm done with something like this, I usually end up, it's not unusual well, maybe not this one because there's not as many parts going on, but like on a page, I'll average the way I work in a lot of things on separate panel or layers that I'll end up with 75 to maybe,
wow.
I think about 150 is about the top that I've had on a piece. So I make sure I have plenty of RAM and my computer's up to par so it can keep up with me, But yeah, the way I work in multiple layers, and I keep a lot of everything separate on its own layer. If I have to make any changes or adjustments, it makes it real easy to do.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. Yeah, this is the title page for book 1. Let's see here's a couple others. Here's another one with that gray shading from my colorblind buddy that does stuff, and then I throw the colors over so you can see where he's got all his gray cell shading in there, and then I come in and have a technique where I work over the top with a opacity over it, so his
that's cute, man. That is cute.
And here's another one.
Oh, that's Bioshock.
Yeah.
There you go, Bioshock. I forgot what that was.
And like you see the same thing. Sometimes I'll go in and I'll use a texture brush and I'll add textures in, just painting in the texture in areas sometimes, but
yeah, it gives that warm metal look.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see where I break that up a little bit. It's not just solid colors or gradients going on. But then, yeah, it was just a technique I developed where I work over the top of his gray wash or cell shading without degrading it.
Got some pro tips for coloring right here tonight.
Go back. Where was the page I was working on? Here we go.
And I tell you, drawing open mouth poses or facial expressions are tough.
Oh yeah. So how do you go about coloring? Do you do like a I notice you're using like the magic wand tool. Do you use like a cut and grade or
a little bit of that? Sometimes I'll go full render. I do it a couple different ways. The way I basically I adapted over when I first started working on stuff is I was adapting traditional techniques that I developed over time into the digital realm in Photoshop, figuring out the right kind of brushes, even building some of my own brushes.
Yeah.
And I'd say the basis of a lot of it when I started was kind of like doing like you would, because I used to work with an airbrush quite a bit back in the day. I really like that kind of soft rendering you get with it a lot of times. So
yeah,
a lot of it starts out with soft brushes. Sometimes I'll lay down a gradient and then I'll start rendering from there in like soft brushes and like 20% opacities, you know, kind of layering like you would if you're doing a traditional piece. And yeah, and sometimes I'll just go straight in and render, you know, like I did with that with Dr. Frankenstein piece that I showed you. Where is it? Yeah, like this was no gradients on this one. This was straight in hand paint. I mean, you can even get in and see I added texture in, you know, painted in with a rough brush and got all the different skin texture and everything in on there and stuff, you know. So yeah, I work a couple different ways, man. I always just add to the collection. Sometimes I mix and match the way I do it with, you know, maybe I find a new technique I like and I'll add that into the mix along with everything else I'm using, you know.
Yeah. It's always good to learn different styles and techniques, and then you just mix them all together.
Well, yeah, especially with freelancing, because you never know exactly what they're going to want on their
that's
so you got to be able to adapt to the line work, because it should always complement the line work.
Yeah, that's true. Like I got a review one time where someone told me, you know what, like it seems like your style changes for the artist. Like you should have your own style so everybody knows. And as I was getting that review, I was like,
that's not.
But I'm trying to compliment his artwork, like, you know. So I was changing it up a little, but you know.
That's a good point about inking. Is that
shit?
You're supposed to like.
What happened?
Somebody's angry.
That was my point about inking. Yeah, that the inker like brings out the pencils, like, you know, it accentuates it, and but you still have a style that you bring to the table too at the same time. Was that Joe that said that?
I think it was. I think you dropped something.
Okay. I said
no,
really
it's one of the things that happens with the freaking when you work horizontally and not
horizontal.
And not flat.
What are you doing? Laying down and working, man? What's up?
Shit.
Sleeping on the job.
No, when the piece is not flat, the freaking the paint will run.
Oh. Shit. Oh, damn.
Damn it. It happened again. What the hell? It's too wet. That's my problem. It's all right. That's right. It's all meant to look like this.
Gotta make do, I guess.
That's why I like Frank Miller, because it's like it's all just energy. You're like, man, that's all I need. I just say it's all energy. It's okay.
Phil, do you color in you color in your letters first, so that way you know what's going to be what colors you can use in the background, so that way they pop a little bit more? Is that why you do that, or is there a method to your madness?
No, not really. I do it different ways at different times. Whatever hits me, you know, I'll bounce around a page to different areas. like I said, pretty much I'll study a piece before I even hit it up, and I can already get kind of a visual idea of everything of where I want things to go for the most part.
Yeah.
And like I said, since I do it on separate layers, I could even do something as simple as like add a blending option onto the layer, or even redo it. But I could come in here and go with a
Yeah, you could just
blending option, and I can adjust from there. Then I can play around with it till everything balances out once I get more in there.
Yeah. I was just curious if that's what you did, because I know I'm the opposite. I'll color everything in and then try to figure out what's the best way the words look.
Oh yeah. Well, I basically go with colors that kind of fit the sound, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Like if I do this if I end up coloring in the there, I'll probably make that just a solid red,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if it's a metal sound, I'll try and give it like kind of like a metal gradients, kind of like what you seen that I did in that Cyber Centaur chick and stuff,
I don't know. It kind of works. Looking good, man. Everybody's. What are we looking at here? Let's pull up. To give everybody some love. Vix is looking good. All the textures and sexiness is there. Where are we at with Daryl? More squiggly lines. When are you gonna get to the good stuff?
Still trying to.
I love it, man. I love it.
Where's that sig? I think we should make Jarrell sign it right now so he don't forget, man.
Just sign it instantly. Yeah, where's that piece that you did for me? The other one, the one that was actually used, the poster one. Because I'm telling you, I signed that damn thing.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Legion. Hold on, let me.
I'll bring the original one in. I know. What was this? Mike Oden's probably got a scan of the original one somewhere. I can tell you, I know I signed it.
Okay, well maybe you did, man. Maybe that was one that it was. That I
love. Yeah, but I love that, man. I love what you're doing with that, Gerald. It's freaking sick.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you
that's
crap.
really cool.
The energy is real. Like, it looks fun and dangerous at the same time.
Can you see the danger? Because there's too many squiggly lines.
I feel danger.
danger, Will Robinson.
The danger is the squiggle.
Well, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna be at. I don't know when I'm gonna do another con, but I'm gonna start doing these paintings like this, and I'm gonna see how much I can sell them for. I'll be like $150 a pop, and then if nobody pays for it, $100 a pop. Nobody pays for it.
Painted stuff does pretty good. Pete does a lot of that, man. Even like he'll do a lot of the smaller ones too, like a lot of the small square canvases and stuff. And at his shows, they've been doing really well. I think he's like at one of the anime cons up in New York right now. And doing
he is. Yeah, I love the idea of doing stuff where it's right there on the floor. People can see you do it. The whole thing is right there. There's no way around it. You're going to see it. You're going to see the love, and then that I could take a commission and then just work it right there. And within an hour and a half, I should have a finished piece. So it's easier to sort of get that content out and get more sales.
Emerald City Con, isn't that coming up in December?
Yeah, that's in December. So I'll be broadcasting through Comics Cast on that one.
Yeah, you should definitely go and sell stuff. I'm sure you could.
No, I don't have a table, but I'll just go as a guy just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I'm going to LA Comic Con in December as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where. Hey, did we get Vic his design so he can print out a shirt?
Yeah,
they're already in the works.
All right, good.
Yeah, I already got a proof of our Art Trick shirt. It's looking good, and I should get the Comic Cast one soon.
Okay, yeah, Joe, you did sign that one. Well,
Yeah.
initialed it. That's what we both did. It was that one that was hidden in the rocks. You put it in the rocks. It was kind of looks like part of the texture of the rocks and stuff.
Yeah, you know why I do that, right?
Why did you do that?
I
So
do
if
it
anybody steals it.
so when somebody tries to steal the art,
That's what yep.
I can just go,
Oh,
well, that's my signature right there, champ.
See
Hidden in
that
the
right there?
rocks.
That part of that rock texture? There it is. Look,
there it is.
JT right in there.
Yeah. You know
that's what I've been doing. It's hidden in my squiggles. I got my signature somewhere in there.
Come on,
hilarious.
Daryl.
All right, that doesn't work. You guys don't believe me. All right, okay.
Not buying it.
Unless you actually put it in and then you show it to us.
Well, you don't know what my signature looks like, so I could say that squiggle is my signature there.
Maybe every squiggle is your signature.
Yeah,
That's what I say. He's making a piece. It's like if you honed in on it, all those lines are his name all
Signature.
written into the lines, man.
That would be epic,
It's-
man.
You know, when I got my cards for the sketch cards that I did, and everybody, like, nobody knew who I was yet. I just saw that my signature going around everyone. There was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I don't sign it. I just signed JT in the year. That's all I do.
You know what they said? They thought it was Justin Timberlake was an artist.
Yeah, he's
from
talented. He can do anything. This guy's insane.
I know. JT.
Crazy good.
Yeah, you haven't seen Joe Tolliver doing some in-sync moves. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was back in the day when I was a kid, man. I was in Spain, dancing at the
Uh-huh.
club. It was wild.
We know you simp for Justin Timberlake, man.
Yeah, that's right. He was the. But since he bulked up, now he's like the double in Suicide Squad for John Cena. So. Yeah. Speaking of which, have you seen Joe Tolliver's videos where he's doing those rope climbs? The guy's a hoss.
I did.
I was like, man, that is hard to do, and not use your legs. You know, using just your arms and your shoulders. Oh, that's
I'm bad at rope
props to you.
climbing, but I'm okay with rappelling.
It's like saying I can't go vertically, but I can let gravity take me.
Well, you know how it is. You repelled, man. It takes a certain technique so you're not smashing yourself all up, man. No, rappelling is fun, though, man. It really is.
Wow, I just gave Bruce Wayne serious. He's got way too much time in the sun.
He's batting in the sun.
He's turned Filipino.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it'll dry. Different color.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna
Marius,
have to
when is Borbane 4 gonna go into works? Or are you gonna do,
I honestly don't know.
or are you gonna do Falling Rock first, maybe? Or I think that I remember talking about.
That's more of
Is that like-
Justin's answer. I don't know. The last
Okay.
time we've talked is he's still writing. I don't know what
Oh,
he's
okay.
writing. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have to have you on the show again, so you can so that way you'll know what's going on.
Oh shit.
If you eat regular.
This may be the Fox Batman.
The Fox Batman.
Lucius Fox.
Oh, what do you guys? What is the name of that storyline? That's the one that Olivier Coipel is doing. It's the black Batman, but he wears like a mask over, or he.
I know. That's what I'm
he-
saying. That's Lucius
Oh.
Fox's son.
Oh,
Lucius
that's
Fox.
what it is. Lucius
That's what I'm
Fox,
saying.
okay.
Look at the skin tone on this guy, Gerald.
Spoilers.
Oh, there you go. But his lower part of his face is covered though in that.
Right, I know.
In the yeah. You just have to do a digital picture of it, and then you can adjust the skin tones in Photoshop.
Fuck that. I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna add white to it and see what happens.
I haven't been looking at the chat.
Oh yeah, nobody's been chatting. That's why you haven't been looking at it. This is all just us hanging out. That hurts, but it's okay.
Oh, we lost. Did we lose Brett? We lost Brett, and we lost Frankie. Oh.
Yeah, Frankie decided it was too complicated, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try and watch Arcane this weekend. And everybody keeps on talking about Squid Games, so I got to watch that. There's just so much stuff I got to watch. What's everybody's opinion on Squid Game? Has anybody watched it?
I haven't watched it either. I've got other things on the list ahead of that for sure.
Uh-huh.
Just didn't interest me as much, I guess.
What about you, Marius? Have you watched Squid Game?
If you like deep sci-fi, has anybody seen Foundation yet?
No, is that on Netflix or is that Apple TV?
It's Apple.
I don't have Apple TV, so
it is really good, man. If you like high sci-fi, not pew pew sci-fi, but you know,
Pew pew sci-fi.
pew pew sci-fi is Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's based off of this is more well. It's based on Isaac Asimov's book series.
Oh, that's hardcore sci-fi. That's what
it's
you mean.
Good. It's kind of like, it's kind of got like a little bit of the feel of the new Dune movie, except it moves a little more. It's not as much of a slow burn, really, as Dune is.
Then Joe might like that one.
Good.
It's pretty cool and interesting, man. Very good sci-fi.
You missed all the love earlier that Joe was talking about Dune. He totally loved Dune. You know, Marius had to hold him back. There was so much love for Dune
what was wrong, Joe? There wasn't enough pew pew in it for you, man. You like that candy coated sci-fi, man.
I need that. I need the one-liners.
You need space lasers every 20 seconds, you know.
Yeah, I mean, duh. Get with the program, for crying out loud.
All right, I think I'll be dropping out now.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! All right, buddy.
Yeah. Let's look at Marius's stuff more time before he leaves. I want to see this. Oh my gosh! Look at that.
Wait, that's how far you.
Look how he's just
Man,
like,
that's
totally
it.
rocked.
I quit. I freaking
You
quit.
did all of that while we've been sitting here.
No. These characters have been done like for months. So
Okay.
this is what I've been working on today. This one, these
Yeah,
ones.
but still, it's
Okay.
amazing.
All right.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
oh my God. I'm just gonna throw
I
away.
quit. I'm not gonna do any. I'm not coloring anymore, man.
Marshawn's still here. Okay, thanks.
All right, so
I'm still
Marius,
here.
make sure you sign that.
I will. I definitely will.
That looks so good.
That is
Uh,
badass.
Yeah,
Dude.
that is
It's like
fantastic.
you don't even have to color like the all the people that have been slain.
Actually,
Because
that's what's boggling my head. Should I color it? Should I not color it?
Well, because okay, this is one thing that now that I've seen this piece, I think you posted how you liked his name is it Alexander Lozano?
Yeah.
The that artist that he did a lot of the concept work for both Marvel and DC movies, and he does this really cool desaturated palette. Well, actually, he experiments with a lot of things, but I love the energy of his compositions. But he did I think was it a DCU one or I don't remember, or it was one of the what is it
Injustice.
it was a Justice. It's the video game, the DC Justice video game. Injustice, yes. And I kind of like get vibes from that. He all the background elements that he put in there weren't like super colored. Like the characters were brought out by color, but everything that was in the background was desaturated or wasn't as colorful. And I kind of like that because you can see all of your characters. They're very punchy. They stand out, and you really don't need to like draw attention to like to all the fodder and all the slain characters. But I guess that's the beauty of doing digital. Go ahead and block in everything and save it, and then if you want to color those other elements, you can do it. But it looks great, right now the way you have it set up.
Definitely.
Thank you. So there's still gonna be tons of other characters on to the left and to the right.
Jesus,
That's some.
Yeah.
that piece is massive.
Yes, it is.
So
I was like
how
gonna say,
many
you
hours
decided-
have you put into it so far?
Let's do a rough calculation for line art of 18 characters. Let's be generous at 12.
Conservative.
Conservative. Let's be conservative. 12 hours for 18 characters. How many is that?
12 hours times 18.
So that's
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's 216 hours for the line art alone.
Wow.
And then
Oh
let's
my
do
God.
36 hours times 18 for the colors.
Wow.
648 hours plus 216 hours.
Oh my gosh.
That's some stamina, man.
I
Yeah.
know. and now you're doing the composite. This can be
then the
easily like
composite. So it's
Yeah.
864 hours all in all without the composite.
Jeez.
And so the composite we've been drawing for like what 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I was able to block these out for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So plus 2 hours and 30 minutes, minus
So
the
wait,
line
how many-
art for this.
Okay, so how many hours have you estimated so far? Like over 1,000?
864, more or less. I'd say.
864.
Can't deny the results, though, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. 864 divided by, let's say, 10 working hours. So 86 days if we're going to base off of 10
Yeah.
working hours.
Jeez. Well, I have to say that when it's done, it's gonna. I don't like using the word epic, but this will be epic. This is gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
So, like, when you did all the individual characters, did you know how they were going to be composited together, or you just sort of like making them work now?
I did.
Like you're,
I did. I actually
Oh, you did?
planned all of this. Yes.
okay,
I had several.
all right.
I had many sketches. Let's see if I could find those sketches real quick.
Okay, so this was 100% intentional. Everything
Yep.
was very. Okay, good. Because I was going to
This was
say
plotted out way before.
Because if you were like, I did 18 individual characters and none of them go together, that would have been horrible.
That would suck so bad. That would suck so
Yeah.
bad. And then these are when they were done on line art.
Uh-huh.
Traditional.
Look at that. Yay.
Man, a lot of good detail in those, dude.
Okay, you can do a book just on these 18 characters individually, as because I know you broke them up in terms of like their fighting classes, I guess, and then you could break it down in like your individual like illustrations that have been penciled and inked, and then your digital colors, and then your digital composite. Oh my god, yeah, you could just do a whole book on this. This could be
Doing an art book with the different processes. Yeah.
Yeah, I would buy it. I would definitely buy it. Look at that.
You put a lot of cool detail into these, dude.
Thank you, man.
I don't have words. Really, if there's a word to epic is the only word. Like I said, I don't like using that word, but I'll use it for Marius's work. It is epic. This is so good.
So this is the line work, and then this is the final colors for this same character.
Wow.
So that line work, was that just really tight pencils, or were those inks? Is that inked already?
These are inks. These are inks.
Those are inks. Oh, man.
So what I did with this is that I roughed it up with very rough pencils, and then I went into inks directly.
I see.
So
So
is this
you erased
traditional or digital?
This is traditional on an A3 vellum board.
See, Marius is like saying, you know what? Screw NFTs. I'm going to be doing traditional. I can do traditional and I can do digital. Like this, when you're done, you can do NFT if you want for that. But you said, you know what? I'm going to do traditional, and I can sell that because it's going to be all like one of a kind pencils and inks. But look at this. Oh, this is great. You know, you don't even have to like render those characters that are way in the background. You could just leave them as shadows.
Oh
like,
yeah, it's kind of silhouetted. Yeah, true.
Yeah, you don't even need to render that out. I mean, you can tighten it up a little bit, but just having them as like forms, because that's not important.
You have a point. Okay, I'll consider that. I'll heavily consider that.
Yeah, because
I really want to get this project done.
Well, it works, and it pushes them back into the background that way.
Yeah,
anyhow,
exactly.
So you don't really need the distinction or the the fine details or anything, since it is farther back.
Yeah, just make it atmospheric. Like atmospheric silhouettes, so they look kind of misty. And then you remember when Carrie Nord was on Let It Out? Remember he was talking about you don't necessarily need to render everything out. For you just need to, even if it's in the foreground, sometimes he wouldn't render stuff out, which you think would be very hyper detailed because it's in the foreground. He said, basically whatever you want to draw your attention to your audience, which are these main 18 characters, that's where you put your love into. That's where you put all of your rendering into. Everything else, you just need to block in the forms, because everybody who's looking at it, their minds will fill in the blanks. They'll see those forms, and then they'll be able to like distinguish that.
Even like the guys on the ground there and stuff, man. You could just leave it shadowed a lot and just break it up with little bits of color here or there, where it's not even finely or really defined hardcore. Just little hints of it would work for that.
Yeah,
man,
that's
you
great.
make. That's it. I quit. I give up.
Come on.
I'm serious. That's pretty cool stuff, dude. Really.
I know. I'm not saying anything because I just want to see what he's gonna do. I'm like, let him do what he's gonna do. I want to see how it comes out. Let's see it. Everybody be quiet. Let him do it.
It's like, Marius, how many people's art careers have you ended when you showed your artwork? I think that's been a common a comment that's been in there where somebody will say, you know what, I'm giving up. We've already seen what Marius is doing, so just throw down stuff.
I just see certain things like that, and it just makes me go, I got to step up my game.
Yeah,
and just work on it more.
There. I'm doing this not so that I step on other people, but I want to show people that we can do cool. I'll use that one swear ticket.
I was gonna say, just use it as motivation to up your skills, man. Because that, like I said, that is good stuff, dude.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think we say it jokingly because it's like, I think, what is it? Jim O'Reilly said something like, "I'm packing up my crayons," I'm packing up my crayons.
Oh, Jim. Yeah,
there's no
right.
reason
You're
for
like,
me to
Jim,
use
come on,
crayons.
Jim. Jim's another one that's like, okay, that's it. I'm done. Jim's stuff's cool. I dig Jim's work.
Yeah. All right, Marius. Thank you so much for being with us on our Friday freestyle and sharing this awesomeness.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
man.
that's amazing.
Thanks too, guys.
Hey, it's
Nice
good to
chatting
meet
with you,
Hi,
Phil.
brother.
You too, Vic.
All right, we'll continue
man.
it. We'll do it another one.
Thanks,
Good
Joe.
to meet
Thanks,
you,
Joe.
dude.
All right, man. I'll see you
All
around.
right.
See you around, guys. Bye.
All right.
Wow.
So Joe, has your paint dried a little bit now, or is it
Yeah.
still?
Yeah, I've been messing with it, trying to get it right. I'll solo it out so you guys can see.
Yeah, let's take
Hanging out with Joe's like watching paint dry. I kid.
Look at that. I don't.
That's awesome, dude.
You said it. I don't even see where you said it messed up. Where did it mess up?
It dripped right here.
Okay, I don't really even see that. but
Well, that's
it
because
looks
I
cool.
cleaned it.
I was gonna say you'll be able to hide that if you put in when you paint in the background.
Yeah, there you go.
Be really cool. Do a multicolored blend in the background behind.
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to
Make
figure
it
that
pop,
out because
dude.
I'm not great with the wash yet. So I got to figure out how that's going to look. I think it looks pretty damn cool with just a solid white outline, but I think it needs something. I just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Do something that's going to make it pop off there. Find a good color to contrast off it and just make it pop off that page. But yeah, multicolored dry brush to get all that stuff kind of blended together, man. I think that'd look awesome, dude.
Yeah, maybe some speckles.
Yeah,
some
little
texture
spatter.
element.
Do some Kirby crackle. Gotta do that.
Go McFarlane gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I just realized, Phil, I've never seen you like your face. This is amazing.
I know he's gotten used to. He started doing his shows, and now his face comes out.
I still hate it though.
I
still
was
always
say,
pop
like,
up my icons.
I was gonna say, Phil, like I was like, oh man, that's a really cool painting you did of yourself. And then I realized, no, it's Phil. It's like his actual face.
It's actual
Phil.
Phil.
I like how you got those lights bleeding in from the background. It looks really cool.
Yeah, and behind me, that's a sign. I don't have it on because it blasts the camera too much, but it's an on-air sign that I've had from band days, man, that lights up back there, that little area between the lights there.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Oh, yeah, that's me. And I added in a mic. I grabbed one of my old stage mics that works really well and ran it through a little mini mixer. So now you can hear me properly and don't get a bunch of echo kickback and crap like that.
Very nice.
So Vic, I only see your zombie Captain America. Do you have I was gonna pop up your screen, but I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you set that up.
It keeps coming on. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Okay. Before they want to drop or solo you out there without letting you know that we're gonna do that.
Oh, cool. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. I can't show. So.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna add that. Joe, check this out, man. Look at that.
I know. I've been enjoying it. The textures are sick, man.
Dig it.
I know. And I know that when you add the colors to this, it's going to be even more insane. But
yeah, I'm trying. I put so many things in and then taking them out because I'm like, oh, I you know, I can make that pop more with color.
See, that's what I like is that you get a lot of that rendering in already with the inks, man.
Yeah, you know what?
That's some of my favorite kind of stuff to work on. You know, I'm just enhancing stuff like that, but. When it's like just open lines, man, it's like, you want me to render all the form? I thought it was supposed to be there already.
Yeah. And you know, that's the great thing about when you learn how to color. Like I've said this before, when you learn how to color, you learn what you can add and what you could take away.
Yeah.
And let the colorist, you know, run with it. So, you know, also like all these brushes and stuff like that. They're coloring brushes that I had, and now I'm using it for inking because I get like amazing textures and I don't have to sit there like doing all these little textures by hand. Saves so much time.
That's something that I learned or that I've been observing with Pepe Larraz when he does his own inking, because he does his own he doesn't do his own coloring, but when he does his inks, they're so textured
Yeah.
that it by the time I think he just has a great relationship with his colorist that when he does his inks, they're so rich that when the colorist comes in there and does it, it adds just another like fantastic
Right.
like layer on top of it. And I think that's one of the good things about you, Vic, is that you know, because you're going to color this eventually, so you already know how far you have to go because you know what you can achieve when you go to the coloring stage.
Oh yeah. I know where my light source is and everything already. So I know, I know what I'm going to do.
Colors something like that. As a colorist, you don't want to like overwork it either, though.
You don't.
You don't. I try really hard not to bury any of the line work when I'm working on stuff. I always want that stuff to shine, especially when it's good. You got a lot of feathering and cross hatching and hatching and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes colorists go overboard with something like that where they bury a lot of that really
they really
line
do.
work, man.
I'm a fan of color holds, but a lot of times I feel like they go too heavy with them.
Yeah, it has a place. You only should be using that to do something like to push something in the background. Just for depth, man. You shouldn't throw it on everything for sure.
Yeah, when they do it too much, you'll get this really nice piece. It's really graphic and really detailed, and then it looks cartoony now, just because of all the holds they put on it.
Yeah. Color holds should be used sparingly and only for good reason.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good to push things into the background and make your characters pop. That's how I like using it.
Right. That's the way it should be used. Yeah.
So for me who doesn't know coloring, color hold, is that where you color the actual like the ink line?
The line will have that various color of the overall color. You're just laying the color over the top of the line, so you still see the line, but it's got that overall color over the top of that line. So it's not a solid black. It's not solid black. It'll be whatever color that object.
You'll see it a lot in Pepe Larraz's work because Marte Garza does a lot of holds over his work, and he softens the ladies' faces with the holds, which is another technique that works really good on ladies because they look softer as opposed to
because every time you add a line to a lady's face, it ages them. And when you do a color hold, then it actually looks like it's a shading technique that's used through color versus a line, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
We'll teach you.
Yeah, you'll teach me. Can you zoom into those forms that are on the corner, the frame? Like, it's like I just like your framing elements. Like, I mean, I'm just looking at that stuff. Oops, and I think I made you like draw an errant line there when you were like zooming.
Oh, did
in.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, you got rid of it.
There it is.
it looks like those things are like, I mean, like it's like skin. It has like it's.
Well, the character has all these like weird, I don't know what they call them. I haven't read the book in a while, but he always has like this weird like tentacles and things coming off of him. So I used it to draw your eye in on the character by framing him.
Okay.
Yes. So that way you're instantly drawn in here. Probably when I'm going to color it. So like all these colors right here will be desaturated, and since it's digital, I'm probably going to blur them a little. Just so you focus more on the character. They'll look like they're closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my plan. Hopefully it'll come out.
I wasn't sure if it was fabric or if it was a tentacle. So I was like, because it actually, maybe that's your intention to actually make it look like it's both, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I was just trying to make it look fluid and weird, and
you definitely achieved it. And now that you told me what you're going to do, some selective color set desaturation and blurring, I can already see it in my mind what you're going to try to do. I'm excited to see what happens with it. Oh, that looks so neat.
Oh, please.
Does Procreate have that? A blur feature?
Somebody tell Gerald to get back to drawing. It's not an interview show.
It does, but it's so much easier in Photoshop.
In Photoshop, I was thinking.
I'm like Phil. I take everything over to Photoshop and just work it from there. It's what I learned on, so it's so much easier for me.
Right. I like it. I like
being
it.
a little stubborn and being like, I don't want to learn on another one.
Yeah.
Just that. I'm loving Photoshop still.
All right, so since Joe was telling me, I'm gonna show mine real quick because I'm gonna have to hop off real soon too because I got a pre-show tomorrow morning.
You
But,
better have a finished piece if you're going to drop off.
Well, in terms of squiggly lines, that's my finished. This is actually pretty tight. This is tighter than what I usually do. You can kind of get it. So there's my Wolverine. He's got his hands. He's like ready. Got his claws popped, and then Jubilee's like, "Oh no, we're gonna go jump off the balcony." So anyway, you guys can kind of get an idea of what I was gonna do. So
Well,
maybe
that's
I'll
good, man.
tighten this up. Yeah, I'll let maybe I'll have to do a collaboration with Vic. Maybe tighten up these lines, and maybe he can let either him or Phil can try and work some colors and inks on this. We'll see what happens. But,
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey,
very,
yeah.
very
Just
cool
let me
stuff.
know.
Very cool stuff. All right, Joe, Vic, I'm gonna have to, and Phil, I'm gonna have to hop off. Right now. So I like the Friday freestyle. Let's make it happen more often.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm actually gonna have to hop off myself. I have an early morning tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna be jumping off with you here.
Okay, no problem. So that leaves Joe
Wow.
and Phil to run the show.
Oh no.
Hey Joe, let me see your piece one more time. Let's see it. I want to see the.
I see some color on it.
Yeah, let me solo that out.
Some red.
All right, Joe, you're solo. Oh, you're putting some red in there. Oh shoot.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
that's going to come across the element, different levels of red, sort of like a smoke almost effect, like fire and smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very cool.
I totally see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so something like that. I'll keep at it since everyone's a bunch of quitters.
Giving us a hard time. All right. Well, it's been fun, fellas. I got like I said, got my pre-show tomorrow, and looking
I
forward
got
to
my
to
show
showcasing.
tomorrow.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, I got the
You got Keithan.
with the Kid Comics.
What's the show?
It is
Process.
the process show, so it's about building brand.
Oh, cool. Is that Comics Cast, or is that on another thing, or what?
No, that's our Comics Cast Saturday show. We do it at 10 o'clock on Saturdays.
Cool. I have to get used to all your guys' all new schedules rolling around now that you got things kicking like you do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we're trying to get more product and more content out there as we also focus on building the actual product. So we're still building the app and we're working on that pretty religiously. We've got 6 comics right now?
Let me count. There's a couple that you still need to give me, but I have.
Oh, okay. I mean, feel free to say their names too. I mean, there's no hiding it.
Yeah, we got Green Tempest with Brett. We got Sock Hop Killer with David Whalen. I need to talk to Street Team Studios, but hopefully I'll have the Almighty Street Team art book with Joe Curry and Stanley, and Chris Turner. There's a whole bunch of those guys. We got Justin Acosta and Marius with Boardmain. We got Michael Odin with Elysian Fields and The Embrace. What I still need is Lee Giles with, I don't know if he's going to be doing his Red Scare. Or
they're in the. That should be in our what's it called?
Godsend?
Is
he doing Godsend?
Yeah. We have already got a copy of it in our email.
Okay, great. So. We got Lee Giles with that. We got PM Comics with the Littlest Zombie. We got
these are all going in with our initial push as we design the website for our investors that we're working with, that we're going to be pushing to.
Nice.
Yeah, you said Niobe too is going to be providing some stuff. So hopefully we'll feature some Phil Leon Niobe work. So we'll see if that happens.
Niobe. He's gonna have Larry over, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
Larry said he's down, so we'll have those conversations.
Cool.
And who knows? Vic might be like dropping some stuff on the on our platform as well, because he got his own IP that he's going to be working on. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Phil, look out for Vic. Vic is our newest addition to the Comics Cast team. Him and Rick are going to be doing a art tricks show that's going to be produced, and I think we're aiming to like launch that. Like, since it's produced, it'll be something that'll be shown during the week. We'll work out the details with that, but that'll be a really cool thing that Vic and Rick are doing.
Cool.
But yeah, lots of cool stuff coming out in 2022.
I will be paying attention. Yeah. We're kind of doing the same thing. We kind of got a little bit of networking things going on right now between our kind of collective networking group. You know some of us, man, but yeah, we'll probably be doing. Maybe we'll have some crossovers going on here soon, man.
Absolutely, and maybe we'll have. I think Vic and Rick are since their show is produced. I don't know if they're gonna. Are you guys gonna have guests? Are you planning on having guests?
We're doing a couple of shows, just like giving little tips here and there, and then as they'll start to roll out, as people start watching, we're going to start asking for students that, anything they might want to learn. Well, we could teach them on there. They could come on and, we'll show them what we know. And then once that's over, I'll keep in touch with them. So like if they're still struggling or there's something else they want to learn, I could, teach them on the side. Like not everything's going to be live. I'm going to be following up with them so that way,
like a
make sure they're still
program.
Exactly. Make sure they're well on their way.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think Vic is going to be doing some cross-pollination too with not only with Comics Cast, but it's going to like feed into his own YouTube channel as well. So you basically get to see maybe the technique talk and then actually see the time lapse stuff that's going to be on Vic's personal page on YouTube. So it'll be really neat.
You guys will get tired of me real soon.
I don't know. I'm gonna be learning a lot, just by seeing your first quick tip, and I'm excited to see what you and Rick put together once the show is completely produced. Joe and I will check that out. But it'll be exciting to debut that, share it with the world. We'll talk more about that when we do I think we're gonna do like a year in review as well as debut to talk about your show in December. So we'll work out those things. But anyway, I'm going to hop off. Joe, good luck with your show tomorrow. And I'll be doing my pre-show, and we'll see everybody on Sunday for Let It Out. Phil, great to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Saw your face, man. I know
like
what you look
I said,
like.
You'll definitely, you're more than welcome if you see that we're doing a Zen-Den, man, to stop in and do some drawing, because that's what we do. I mean, we also it's a variety of stuff. We'll talk about pop culture and stuff too, but generally it's like usually me and Warren over there doing stuff, and then a lot of the rest of the circus will drop in. I'll throw out the link and just go, hey, come on by. It's all good.
Exactly.
Well, we're a circus too, so we'll have to do the circus merger. There.
There you go.
But, anyway, I gotta get out of
All
here.
right, brother. I'll see you later.
I'll see you guys later, man. Talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
Seeing you, man.
Good night.
Where's Joe at? That's looking good, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? You should leave it like that. It looks like blood splatter.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, even with those little spots of the where you don't have it totally covered it there over in the corner, works.
Yeah, I was thinking about leaving it
breaks it
open and then sort of play with it and start building it up.
Yeah, that looks cool like that.
Yeah, giving it that little bit of empty, that little bit of I guess you'd say maybe negative space like that.
Yeah, it's
it breaks it up nicely,
space.
Man. Yeah.
And then I can go in there with some whites and kind of play with it. Maybe some darks. I'll probably clean up a little bit of the brush strokes because they just look kind of like sloppy nothingness. But yeah, I like it over here too.
It is looking cool, dude.
That is. I can't wait to see that finished.
I mean, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of like maybe some white elements coming through here.
Yeah, just to break it up a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that, man. I think it's working. Fuck. I might just sign it. No, I'm just playing.
You better be signing it all, man. Don't be a Jarrell.
Yeah. That was
don't
fun,
sign
man.
Don't sign it in that same red so it's hidden. Let everybody see it.
I love I combined Jim Lee, My Own Thing, and Frank Miller in this little mashup. So it was good times. Good times.
There you go. You could hide your signature in one of the little fold areas of the cowl.
No,
there, man.
I'm pretty big on my signature now. Like I'll probably put it on like a white here. I'll probably do a white signature down in that bottom left.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm half tempted to do like ha-ha-ha's across the whole thing.
Oh no.
Like in pure white over top of the red.
Oh, what? Like he's yelling at Joker and Joker's laughing at him?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think it is on that note. I think we can call it a day. I think this looks pretty much done.
Yeah.
Cool.
It looks good.
Yeah, it was fun. And I'm looking down at my thing while my camera's up there. Yeah, I want to do like a thing where like I put like a TV on my like wall so I can see the screen while I'm painting. So when I'm looking at like everything that's going on.
I know I need to do. I'm bad about that. I got a secondary monitor, man. And when I'm in StreamYard, especially when I'm running a stream, I got to get used to it's like quit leaving it all on my main screen. Put some of the stuff over there, work on the main screen, put StreamYard over on the other screen and work on it from there. But yeah,
and we got one person still hanging out in chat. We got 5 people chatting or hanging out with us. That's good.
All right.
I mean, we've only been doing this for like forever. So so good hangout. It was good fun. So
yeah, it was.
On that note, I think we'll sign out. And I think everybody got a little bit of something, but tomorrow we'll do the process about building a brand. So that'll be our show tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's what we were talking about
10
earlier.
a.m. Which 10
a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So all of our shows on the weekend except
3 hours
for
behind me. So 10, 11, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, here for
Yeah.
EST.
Yeah.
Eastern
So
Standard.
everything we do on the weekends is 10 a.m. So except for the Friday freestyle, which is this one here. So that's at 7, and then we'll do a show in the middle of the week. And then we needed to start doing circuits on other people's shows. So I'm going to do a little bit. I need to do my homework a little bit better on knowing when everybody else's shows are, because I want to start getting on and promoting Comics Cast and what we're doing next. So it's important to
Well, you're more than welcome to drop by anytime you want to.
I know, man. My thing is I'm really bad about doing and dropping in on shows at the last minute, even though I ask people to do it all the time. I'm the worst hypocrite. But like, I want to be able to know it's coming up because I just got too many family things going on. I want to make sure that it's kosher and I'm not, doing.
Well, I'll say with me, it's usually a Wednesday or Thursday and later at night, man.
Perfect. So. Exactly. That would be perfect for me.
And
I'm going to be looking
stop by anytime too, Vic, if you want to, man.
Thanks,
just hang out and talk and do some work on some stuff or talk about some projects and stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to be definitely checking it out.
On that note, we are going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. This was Friday Freestyle. Look for it in the future. We're going to do it every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was a lot of fun. It may not always be me, but it's where we can hang out, draw, paint, digitally do whatever you're going to do, drink coffee, drink whatever it is that you want. As long as it's legal, I don't care what you do on this show for Friday Freestyle. And we just hang out and talk nerd stuff. So I think it was a good. It wasn't a first episode. We haven't done one in so long. So it was good to come back and do it again. So
yeah, work the rust off.
Yeah, knock off a little bit of the rust, get some artwork out there, and just hang out with you guys. So that being said, let's go ahead and sign out. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I'll see you later, Vic. See you around, Phil. All right. Be good, guys. Peace.